I'm trying to decide. Oh, y'all can't see my crown. Darn it. I went through all this looking for my crown and y'all can't even see it. Can y'all see it? Yay! Good tidings. Good morrow. This doesn't even matter. Y'all can't see it. Damn it. Do y'all know how long I searched for this crown and y'all can't? Hey, family. How are we doing today? Happy Friday afternoon. How much time y'all got? Because I was looking at my notes. There's a lot to talk about. So I don't know. How much time do y'all have? Hey, Black Lavender. Hey, Shonda. Hey, Ordered Steps. Shout out to my moderators. Shanae said, oh, I'm so ready for this. Me too, girl. Simeon said, did anyone else notice how terribly said Daria, who's Daria? Was at the wedding. I remember watching it at a time and I couldn't stop looking at how. Who? Oh, is Daria her mother? Angie Brooks said, please don't kill me, but I don't agree with the misinformation that was provided in the interview. Lots of accusations, but no proof. Hopefully Nikki Pooh will break it down and we can see the truth. Angie, that's a lot to put on me. I'm not Oprah. Were you silent or were you silenced? She knew she had a banger with that one. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen any pictures of Meghan's mother smiling. You know what I mean? I think even like throwback pictures, we never see her smile. She's a serve girl. She's a smize girl. So I don't know if like that's her thing. Oh, thank you guys. Priscilla said, I got my cup of green tea ready. Oh gosh. Oh, thank you. Look at my little curls. I'm actually, when I get off here, I've been supposed to have been watching this because I'm trying out these Carol's Daughters products. But you know, if you got natural hair and it's thick, you know, wash day takes days for you to even get up to it. So, you know, we got to take care of this today. Yolande said, let's make our tea. I was going to make some British tea today, but it's a little warm in LA today. So no tea. Today, I told y'all after my little beet incident, I took like 3 days off from juicing. I'm back. Today, I have a dragon fruit, banana, pineapple, carrot, almond milk, and apple juice smoothie. Tastes delicious. Y'all know why I use dragon fruit, right? Because it's pink. Anyway, I'm going to get started early because we have a lot to talk about. And I don't know how long we're going to be here. So let's get into it. Come on. Oh, wait. I know I do come on in the room. But we're talking about the Royal Rumble. Should I do something else? Oh my gosh, do I know any British songs? I don't know your national anthem. What do I know? Oh God, all I know is the Witcher song. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of mercy, oh valley of mercy. Hey, toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty. Wait a minute, we can remix it. Come on, in the monarchy. That doesn't fit. Come on, in the monarchy. We got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the monarchy? Let's go back to Witcher. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty. I believe Meghan. Why would she burn it all down like that? It makes no sense. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty. Is that coming back? I hope we get a season 2 because that Superman Henry Cavill, he's good to look at. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of. You know what? This is wrong. This is wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, British folks. I don't know your national anthem. Oh, wait, do you have a national anthem or is that just an American thing? What's your anthem? Look up the British national anthem. Do y'all have one? Oh, God, forgive me. I didn't have y'all song, so I just did the Witcher. I just realized that was a really ignorant American thing to do. Forgive me. We're growing and we're learning in 2021. We're growing and learning. Is that an American thing? Oh, y'all do have God save the Queen. Child. God better come on in and save the Queen. God save the Queen. How does that go? Let me get the melody. What is... Hold on. Wait, are y'all fighting in these comment sections? Oh, Jutley said almost all countries have a national anthem. You know what? I do know that, right? But I just feel like sometimes is it called something different where y'all at? Because I know the only national anthem that I know aside from America's, and I don't really know that. Y'all know how I butcher that. Remember when I tried to sing that and y'all were so disappointed? Child. What was the one that I tried to sing? Jamaica. And the only reason why I know Jamaica's national anthem is because everywhere we went, it was played when I last time I went to Jamaica. And I remember it, sorry, Jamaicans, but I remember it being very odd for me because we were in the movie theater, and right before the movie played, they played the national anthem, and everybody just got up. I will say that's the best national anthem that I ever heard. How did it go? Jamaica, 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 let we all unite and make things right and live in unity. Give me back my sweet Jamaica. I was like, wait a minute. This is your national anthem? Black people just do everything great. We can't do nothing slim. Everything is just over the top. We are literally the seasoning salt. Hold on. I'm trying, Brits. I'm trying. I am trying. I don't know the actual I don't know the melody. So I'm gonna try. Work, 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 work. No, I don't think that's how your national anthem goes. God save our gracious queen. God save our gracious queen. Live long, our noble queen. I think that's it. God save our gracious queen. Live long, our noble queen. God save the queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the queen. The choicest gifts in store on her be pleased to pour. Long she may reign, maybe she defend our laws and ever give us cause to sing the heart and voice. God save the queen. That's not the melody, but we got it. God save the queen, because Black Twitter is coming for her. Black Twitter. Love by you said you very much cheater, girl. Kathy and W the greatest said no man. Oh, y'all are so wrong. Y'all are so wrong. I felt like that was it. God save our queen. I tried. Cameron said, not you singing it like a youth choir. Oh, listen. This is off the dome, right off top. Okay, I did the best that I could do. I did the best that I could do. And Priya, if you're here, I tried my best, honey. I tried my best. Oh, God. Oh, y'all getting me together. Y'all getting me together. Anyway, let's get into this interview. I will say this was a good interview, right? It could have gotten a bit juicier. And the reason why I didn't review it right away was because there was so much more stuff coming out. Like Oprah's interview with them, I think was like 4 hours. We only got 2. And then we got a little bit on CBS Morning News with Gayle King. And then they were posting like a bunch of clips on TikTok days later. So there was a lot more to this that you did not get in those 2 hours. So I'm glad that I actually waited because we got more to the story. So I'll just go through the interview and then I'll give you my thoughts after everything has happened, like the fallout after that. The first thing that I want to say is Meghan from the House of Crenshaw looked amazing. She looked amazing. She really, really did. Oh, oh God, Tempest, thank you. Oh, where's my buzzer? Thank you so much for the Cash App, Tempest. Oh, wait, did you say anything on there? Listen, I tried my best. I tried my best. Hold on, let me check that. Oh, there wasn't a message, just a donation. Thank you so much, Tempest. Tempest, look at me. Thank you, Tempest. Oh, like Tempest Bledsoe. Okay. Thank you so much for that. But Meghan looked amazing. She really, really did. Just beaming, really, really cute. Loved the whole outfit. I loved how she was sitting there, regal, hands over the belly, ready. Because one thing she came to this interview locked and loaded. I know. What can I just say? I didn't expect this from her. And the only reason why I say that is because during the whole time, she was very produced, in my opinion. I felt like she knew that, as an actor, you just know what you can and cannot say, especially when you start working in entertainment professionally for like a show. You realize that you're not yourself anymore. You are now this person representing this show. I thought she was, a great representative, but the way she came to this interview locked and loaded, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the stuff that she was going to, say. So I didn't expect that. But she looked very beautiful, very regal. No questions was off the limits. She was, Meghan and Harry were not paid for this. I will say this. What I believe is that they were not initially paid to sit down and have the interview. I do believe they received some kind of back end because there's no way that CBS alone is going to make a good, probably $100 million off of this interview. And these two ain't getting nothing. The devil is a liar. That's not how Hollywood works. Especially if you smart. There's no way they're not getting paid nothing. They didn't get paid by Oprah to sit down and talk. They got paid off the back end. I guarantee you every coin that CBS is making from this, they're getting some kind of percentage. There's no way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that they didn't get paid overall. I think they didn't get paid initially, but they got paid. So they open up with Meghan. And a lot of people didn't believe this, but for my British people who subscribe to your girl and love me, I'm going to just tell you heart to heart, real talk. We don't know nothing about the monarchy. That's like, for us, I'm going to be real with you. The closest thing to the monarchy that we have in America is politicians. And you see how we treat them. We don't have that. Like, we just don't have that. And if it's not politicians, it's celebrities, which is pretty much the same thing, right? So we don't have people who are like representatives of our nation that we pay to. Oh, guys, is that disrespectful to say mascots? I need somebody. Is somebody in here British? Let me know what I'm saying. But I don't want to say mascots, but they're your representatives, right? We don't really have that. So we are not really taught about the British monarchy and how, levels to that, unless you're watching like, The Crown. That's the most information that we have gotten, right? However, Princess Diana, we know everything about her because that became our princess, right? And the reason why I know about Princess Diana is because of my mother. My generation, our moms, that was their girl. You would have thought that she was an auntie, the way they talked about her and the way they protected her. So that is the most that I know about the monarchy, right? Which is why a lot of Americans, outside of Meghan, I'll be very honest with you, if Harry did not marry an American woman, I would have still been up at 2 a.m. watching this wedding crying, right? Because we were so invested in them after Princess Diana passed away. And that's just because our mothers were invested in this woman. So we became invested in this woman, and for good reason. She's an amazing person, especially if you even look back at the interviews, from the past. Overall, I got, from just watching that, even if I didn't have my mother's influence, that she's a great person. Right. So we still would have been invested in Harry and in Williams. When I watched that wedding with William and I watched it sitting up there like I'm Diana, like, oh my God, look at him. He's so big. Like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't a child too. You know what I mean? So that is our understanding. Everything else, we don't really know. Right. I know that my mom's generation don't like Charles because of Diana. I know we don't like Camilla because of Diana. So that's our understanding of the monarchy and everything that comes with it. So when Meghan was just like, oh, I didn't really know anything. She's damn right. She's telling you the truth. We know about Princess Diana. We know about the boys. We know about Camilla. We know about Charles. We don't know about the firm and that y'all got an HR department. That was news to me. I said, the castle got an HR department. Didn't know anything about that. So I don't think that she was faking. I will say this, girl, woman to woman, you Google him. Meghan, you Googled him, girl. We're not going to sit up here and lie. We all do that. We, especially now in this day and age, you ladies, you cannot tell me that a man that you're interested in, you do not Google him. For one reason and one reason alone, to see if a mugshot come up. What woman don't Google a man that they're interested in? That I didn't believe it, but I feel like she had to say that. But hold on, before I go on, let me talk. Angie, she gave you your own super chat. Angie said, "Do people really believe she didn't know who Harry was? She went on a trip abroad paid by the father. She threw. Oh, Angie, girl, I don't want you to get jumped in these comments. But paid by a father that she threw to the curb. She's obsessed with D. Who's D? Diana? Thank you so much for the super chat, Angie. Walk lightly, girl. Walk lightly. Friend to friend. Walk lightly. But thank you again for the super chat. But I don't think that she didn't know who Harry was. I think that she didn't know what she was getting into. And that I believe. How can you know? I'm not sorry, but you know what I mean. How can you know about what you're about to get into with the British press, with the monarchy? As an American, it's impossible, guys. I'm telling you, our idea of what the monarchy is not what it actually is. We have TV, we have Princess Diana. We really don't know. So I do believe that she did not know what she was getting into. I don't believe that she didn't Google him. Says you Google, and it's okay. It's okay. I feel like every woman should Google a man before she gets into a relationship with him. I think people should just do that in general. You need to know who these people are, because when you are dating somebody, you meet the representative. You really don't meet me until you meet me. You know what I mean? So I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but I just didn't believe that she didn't Google him. If you didn't Google him, your girlfriends did, and they told you everything that you needed to know. Like, come on, right? But I do believe that she didn't know what she was getting into. And before, I also want to address the last thing that you said. You said that she went on a trip, Angie, paid by the father she threw to the curb. Her father threw her to the curb and all of his kids. I did some research on Papa. He ain't been in none of them kids' lives. I don't know if something is going on with him mentally. I don't know if he has a drug abuse problem, but that man flew in Mexico and abandoned all them children. He has not taken care of any of them. He linked up with his wayward daughter and his wayward son after Meghan got with Harry. That was their first time hanging out and being around each other in a very long time. His whole family has not been around that man for close to 18 years. The only reason why he became relevant was because Meghan has a father that she wanted to walk her down the aisle. That's where you went wrong. That's where you went wrong for appearance, right? This is why I think she should not have asked her father to walk her down the aisle. You had close to 20 years of him not being in your life, right? Not at any of your other weddings. Because of appearances, you wanted him to walk you down the aisle, but you don't have no relationship with him. So all of these things are happening because you don't know what that man's mind is today. You don't know what he's been doing in these past 20 years. So you don't really know who he has become. You're holding on to the father that you had before he, basically abandoned your whole family and jumped ship down to Mexico, right? I get that because I was going through that too with my dad, right? Me and my dad were estranged for a very long time. We're working and building on a relationship. But I remember a family member asking me if he was going to walk me down the aisle. And I said, absolutely not. This is when we were estranged. I said, absolutely not. And she was like, oh my gosh, but that's your father. I said, I don't know what that man is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't have no relationship with him. So why would I give him such an important part in my wedding, in my life, to give me away to my king? I don't know him like that. I'm still getting to know him. I hope he's not watching. But Dad, we're still, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? So I think that she honestly did that with her father for appearances. And this whole thing came about it because then when she asked her dad to walk her down the aisle, the siblings, and I only know about the siblings reaching out to the father, asking him to bring them along the ride as well for this wedding, it's because that brother that got locked up before he could even get to the wedding, he started spilling all the tea. He said that his sister reached out to him and was just like, Daddy is going to the wedding. Ask him if we can go. He did that to Meghan. He asked Meghan if they could go. If y'all don't believe me, look up their brother's interview who got, he was on his way to the wedding when him and his girlfriend got into a fight at the airport and they both got arrested because they was drunk and high. So they got put in prison before they could even get to the wedding. But he started doing interviews specifically on Fox, and we all know why. He started doing interviews and he said that his sister wanted to go to the wedding, but her and Meghan aren't cool like that. So so the sister put her father up to ask them if they could come with him. Because Meghan don't want no drama, she says fine, because she wants her dad to come to walk her down the aisle. Because that's another thing the British press would have ate her up with if she never even... Oh, Robin! Robin, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, for the Venmo. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. And hold on, I got a super chat from who? Who I got a super chat from? Hollyanna. Hey, Hollyanna said, Oprah who? We need you on that interview, Nikki. Oh, thank you. You would have said, yes, you did Google him, Meghan. You need to stop it. Thank you. Actually, Holly, I would have said, now Duchess, girl, don't play. You Google him. If not, Priyanka Chopra, she Googled him and she gave you his stats. That's what we do as women. But it's okay. I understand. Thank you, Holly. So that's how that happened, right? The siblings were not coming. It was just the father. She wanted him to walk her down the aisle. He said that he wasn't coming. Now, the messed up daddy, he was the one who said that on Piers Morgan, that he wasn't coming unless those two were coming. So now he started bargaining with the chick about her wedding. Because she don't want no drama, because she didn't just, this is another thing that I think she did. And I'm just assuming, Meg, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking she did not just want, because she is somebody who is biracial, she has a white father and a black mother. I think she also wanted her father there because a black mother was going to be there. And I think she wanted to have that as a symbol because the monarchy, and a lot of them are symbolic, right? A lot of their positions and the things that they do is symbolic. So I think she wanted to have that symbol there of unity, of seeing these two people who made me, ushering me into the monarchy. I think that's what she wanted as well. It didn't work out with this trifling daddy. It did not work out that way, unfortunately, for her. Before I go on, we got a super chat from Me Not Me 2008. Me Not Me 2008 said, girl, yes, my brother walked me down the aisle. I didn't even invite my deadbeat daddy. Not ruining my big day. Here we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. And also, I would not put it past the firm to have told Meghan, your father got to walk you down the aisle. Like, you got to, you can't just, I feel like, she probably is Miss Feminista and she probably wanted to walk down the aisle by herself or whatever. And they was probably like, yeah, I know this is what you want to do, but this ain't your wedding. You already had your wedding prior with the bishop. This is our wedding. Somebody got to walk you down the aisle. It has to be your daddy. Like, we don't do that here. We don't do broken homes in the monarchy. Okay. So that could be another reason, you know what I mean, that had to happen, because to me, it just does not make any sense that she hasn't talked to this man for almost 18 years. And all of a sudden she wants him to walk her down the aisle. It's giving me appearance. It's giving me appearance. Before I go on, what happened? Cash App from Umi. Hey, Umi, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. So that's what I think what happened there. And that's just what I wanted to say about the father. Thank you again, Angie, and everybody who has given you super chats and Cash Apps. Let me get back to the interview. So the story about Meghan meeting Her Majesty, the Queen, and not knowing that she needed to curtsy. I believe that too, guys. I absolutely believe that. I would not have thought that Harry, every time he sees his grandmother, he has to curtsy. And indoors, right? Outside, absolutely. Because again, that's the closest thing we have to the monarchy is like our president, right? We all know that the Obamas, Nikki, we have a new president. You gotta, I'm always gonna be stuck here, but I'm gonna just use Barack and Michelle Obama and the Obamas for an example, right? We all know that inside the White House, they're not formal. We know that they're playing Jay-Z, probably playing spades. Malia is probably getting her hair cornrowed in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Michelle is probably boiling a pot of water and dipping her braids in the end, in the water in the White House kitchen. We know that that's probably happening, right? We know they'll never show us that because they have to keep up appearances. But we know when they're home, it's a little lackadaisical and different because they're home and there's nothing that I have to prove to you and there's nothing that I have to show to you. I totally believe that she was just like, oh, we're going to meet your grandmom. Why I got a curtsy? And then Harry said to her, yeah, it's my grandmother, but it's also the Queen, letting her know, listen, girl, I like you and I want you. This is how things have to go if you're going to be with me. So you want the curtsy when you meet my grandmother. It's not like with you, when you meet your grandmother, you say, hey, mama, and you hug her and you pat her down. You can't hug and pat down the Queen. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's his grandmother, but it's still the Queen. So in a sense, that stuff comes first. Although you think it's pomp and circumstance for the outside world, it's still pomp and circumstance within their home. I get her not understanding that or not thinking that that was how it's going to be, because again, the closest thing we have is like politicians and celebrities, and especially the president. And this is what we know, right? We don't think we know that that's not going on indoors, but it has to happen for appearances. So for them, it's not appearances, it's culture, and it's just how things are done. I can get an American Girl, especially an American Girl from Crenshaw, not knowing that. I don't think she was lying there. The only lie I think I caught her in was the Google. That's the only lie. Hey, Michelle Butler, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you so much, my love. Umi G said for the Royal Rumble review. Thank you so much. So that's what I believe there. Real quick, child, my neighbors are fighting. What's going on? Oh, that's not, hold on. It is not my neighbors. My mom is on her prayer call. Hold on, let me close the door. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, I thought it was my neighbors. And then I hear my mom scream, in the mighty name of Jesus. Wait a minute, Mom. We got international people on here. Don't know me like that. She's gonna wait for my Royal Rumble review to get on this prayer call. Oh God. Hi, I'm Nikki. My mother's an evangelist. Welcome to my world. Anyway, we're back. Anyway, so this is not really relevant, but I just had to say this. Two things, right? We see in their home that they're staying in that they have a chicken coop for Archie. And it's Archie's what? Chicken in. Archie's chicken. Very, very cute. One of the things that made me chuckle is that when Oprah was interviewing them, she was holding eggs from Archie's chicken. I said, no, you didn't. No, you didn't come to this interview and leave with a doggy bag. Oprah was sitting there, so like, what else happened? Oh yeah, with the queen holding her eggs that she took from the baby. Black women gonna be black women wherever we are. Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. I was like, you couldn't have given the egg to like a PA and still continue to hold this interview with a freaking royal. You holding the eggs. So what did the queen say? Harry, did William do that? I'm like, Oprah, put down the eggs. Put down the eggs. Oh God, I love us. Anyway, I got into the wedding before when I was talking about Meghan's dad, but I do think that it was really beautiful that before they got married, because they realized that their wedding, unfortunately, was not for them, that it was going to be for the rest of the world. They wanted to have their own intimate wedding. And I think it was just Meghan, Harry, and the Archbishop, right? I think it was just those three, and he married them, and they were able to have their own moment where this part was just for them. Meghan, what did you wear? I wanted to know, what did she wear at their wedding? But again, it's not my business. You gave us our wedding. Thank you very much. But I did think that was really beautiful that they said, you know what, we realize who we are. You know what I mean? That we're going to, be the Barbie and not Ken. No, not Barbie. Christy, child, Christy got Ken. And they were going to be the Ken and Christy, for the royal family, for Britain, and that this was not going to be for them. So they decided to have their own little intimate wedding. And I just thought that was beautiful. I really, really did think that was beautiful. And for me, it let me understand that they got who they were going to be and what the job entails. That's another thing. I believe Meghan, because no woman would throw this away. No woman would throw this away. Nobody would throw this away unless there was some sick and serious issues. Because having your own intimate wedding, because you know that the big grand wedding is not going to be for you, lets me know that you understand the position and you have already accepted. You have already accepted if you are making changes like this, which again makes me believe that her father being there had absolutely nothing to do with her wanting it and everything to do with appearances, because she ain't say nothing about the daddy being at that wedding. Ain't say nothing about that. Ain't say, oh, I called my father in early. No, you called your father in for the day of. His plane was arriving the day before the wedding. Let's be real here, people. When you tell people who are coming to your wedding to either arrive day of, especially if they're coming out of town, or the day before, you don't want them there. You know that they are toxic. You know that they are messy, and you want them to get there at the last moment where everything is done and protected and they can't mess nothing up. Because you know they messy. And if given enough time, they will destroy your day before it even happens. So you say the wedding is at 2:30, your plane is going to arrive at 1. And I'm going to let you sit right there in that airport until they start playing the music for me to walk down the aisle, and then I'll have an Uber bring you to the destination because you're messy. Before I go on, I got to acknowledge Cash App from L Boogie. Thank you, L Boogie, for the Cash App. Thank you, my love. All right. One thing about Oprah that I will say before we get into Kate and the dresses, she is really good. Oprah was really good. Like, if you watch this interview back, Oprah, at her big age, no shade, I'm just saying this is very great for somebody I mean, she has a great experience and she's been doing this a lot, but she takes in all of this information that Meghan is telling her, and she sits there and she says, and then like an hour later, she says, I want to bring it back to the first question. How did you remember that first question and answer? How did you store that information and then go on with the rest of the interview and be like, well, you said this 45 minutes ago. I can't remember nothing I said just now. Like, what did I say before this? Oprah, see what I'm saying? The fact that she was able to do that, I said, oh, girl, you're good. Oh, girl, you're good. Kate Middleton. Girl. This is where this part for me, and I'm not saying it just got worse, but she just opened up a bit more after this. When she spoke about Kate in the dresses, I was like, ooh, oh, we are shaking the table. I was like, oh, she gonna be queen one day, honey. But Meghan was just like, I need to tell my story. So basically, what Meghan was saying was that this was very important for her to say about Kate making her cry over the dresses, because this let her know how this journey was going to go for her. Right? Because the British press had been saying stuff about Meghan, really racist, bigoted, and ignorant things. If you don't believe me, let me just get some receipts. Let me just get some receipts. The first one that always bothered me, traditional Britain, Prince Harry to marry a mulatto, completely wrong. Is a mulatto a slur? Like, that was like one of the first things that I saw. Then remember, Straight Outta Compton. Do y'all remember that? Straight Outta Compton. Meghan goes to the Monarchy from the Tatler. From the Tatler magazine, their headline is, for a lot of British chaps, it is easier to go out with a foreigner, talking about Meghan, than to find a girl from home with the right background. What is the right background? Explain that to me. See, when you ask people to explain their ignorance, they start to stutter. They get a little uncomfortable. No, you know what I meant. No, I don't know what you meant. So I need you to say it. So what's the right background, Tatler? What's the right background? Then from Shane Watson, Prince Harry has gone over to the dark side. This was posted in the freaking Telegraph. That's racism, guys. That is racism. Piers Morgan tells Meghan Markle to go back to America for privacy. You know exactly what you're doing when you are specifically a white person telling a black person to go back somewhere. You know what you're doing, and you know the context of that. You know the context of that sentence. So let's not play those games. We're not going to gaslight black people. Not today. Not today. Especially not after January 6th. We're not gaslighting anymore. We know what the hell this is, and we're going to call it out. Now, if you want to be ignorant and act like you don't understand what's happening, fine, play that game. But we're not going to go back with you and try to do the explaining to you and be like, oh, well, this is what it felt like. You know what you were doing when you said it. Prince Harry is going over to the dark side. Who are you talking about? We know you're not talking about Meghan. You're talking about her mother, who puts that black lineage in her body. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Another one from the Daily Mail. That was the one that got me. Straight Outta Compton. The Daily Mail posted a whole article with the title Straight Outta Compton, talking about Meghan. And this is from the Sun UK. Is it any surprise sexual Meghan and introvert Kate have a royal rift? Why is Meghan sexual, right? Why is she called that over Kate? Meghan is called, the Sun calls Meghan sexual for only one reason: slavery. Period. We talked about this before. I think it was in The Bachelor. I don't know why we always go to slavery on The Bachelor. What the hell is going on with that show? The Jezebel stereotype that is put on Black women. How we are so over sexualized and For a lot of us, for a lot of Black women starting as Black girls, our youth is taking away from us because men sexualize us very young, right? Um, Hold on, Angie. I'm gonna get to that, but let me just finish this. So that's taken from us. We're not allowed, especially with Black men, but I'm just talking about Black women right now. We're not allowed to be children because the minute, even before we start to develop, we are sexualized. So the Jezebel myths comes from slavery. When we'll start with America. When slavery was brought to America, there were a lot of abolition. Well, they weren't abolitionists at the time, but they became abolitionists because they believed that this was not a form of indentured servitude that they had agreed to. Because before, there were a lot of people who were coming outside of America to serve out their debts. So they were called indentured servants. So they had these debts that they would pay through their service. And when they had paid up through their service, their debt, they were able to be free. We were brought here and it became very brutal. It became inhumane, where they started to harm and assault us and then started to rape us, right? So when that started, there was a lot of pushback from that by people who were not okay with what the wealthy slavers were doing. So then, to push back at that, all of a sudden they started paying doctors to come out and say, oh, it's okay for them to harm these people because they're less than human. They don't have the same skull as, or the same brain size as white people. So it's okay to harm them in this way because they are not quite human and they can't really feel pain and they can't really feel any kind of, they don't have the brain capacity to know right from wrong. So we have to abuse them this way. And it's not bad with the women. We're not actually raping them. They come from Africa. They're these wild beasts. They're very sexual. They walk around unclothed. They want to do that. They want us to have sex with them because these Black people, or these people from this land that we pulled them from, they're very sexual over there. So it's not rape. So we've never been able to get away from that Jezebel character that has been put on us. And if you know anything about Jezebel, she is the one who was able to use her body to entice kings to do what she wanted them to do. So that is what was put on us, Jezebel. Look it up. Google it. like Meghan didn't. Google Jezebel and you will see some, I'm telling you, you'll be triggered. You'll see some very horrific things, but that's where that comes from. So because it's not taught in history books, people will feign ignorance and be like, oh my goodness, I had no idea, because it's not in the book. It's not in the history book that we're taught in school for you to open up and look at. And that's where a lot of people stop with their freaking education. And it's just like, oh, I didn't learn this in school. So everything that you learned in school, you just apply to everyday life. You haven't learned anything outside of school that applies to how you walk throughout your life today. The devil is a lie and the truth ain't in him. You know exactly what you are saying when you say that Black women are sexual. You're taking away our humanness. And you're acting as this, we are less than, we are these wild beasts that you can do this to. So it's okay to harm us. It's okay to rape us. It's okay to mistreat us in the streets. It's okay to pull at our bodies or to smack our behinds because we like that. We are those kind of people. That's why Meghan was called sexual, not because of what she looks like, but because of her mother and the Black heritage that is within her. They know what they're doing. They just want to feign ignorance. And the people who accept that believe what they believe, but you know it's horrible. You know it's gross. You know it's evil and you know it's wrong. So you act like you had no idea that you were saying that, or that's what you meant when you said it, because you know it's wrong. But Black people have not gotten to this point in our lives without knowing how to survive, without knowing the cold words, without knowing the way you say things. We are survivors. That is in our DNA. We are taught that from a very young age, how to survive living in a white society. You think that we haven't heard everything? You think we haven't seen everything? We've heard and seen everything by the time we're 5 years old. We got this. We know how to survive. So yes, we brush certain things off. because it's too much to handle every damn day. If we take on every microaggression, we will not make it through the day. But we're not going to act like what we saw, what we heard was not the truth. We're not going to be gaslit anymore. And we're going to call it out and address it. That's why that woman called her sexual, not knowing her sexual history, not knowing anything about this woman, but writing an article that she's sexual and Kate isn't, because Kate is human and Meghan isn't. Period. That's what she meant by that. We got a super chat from who? Alexis Ruffin. Alexis Ruffin said, I am grateful Oprah did this interview. I also think it's odd that the Daily Mail in the US has both Piers Morgan and Dr. Phil involved. Love you and what you do. Thank you so much, Alexis. Thank you for the super chat. Let me get to Angie real quick. Angie said, Harry failed to help his wife adapt. Another lie. Markle said she was married 3 days before the ceremony and the church stated it was not true. Thank you so much for the super chat, Angie. I am inclined to believe Meghan and not the church. I'm sorry. From my own experience, churches lie. Churches lie. And Meghan could be lying too, right? But I think that everybody is in cahoots. I don't believe that that's not the truth. I just don't believe it. And speaking of Harry failed to help his wife adapt, I wouldn't say he failed. I would say that he didn't do enough, in my opinion. Because that's something, and I will say that he said this in the interview. He just wasn't aware, because he's not, a person of color. So he was not aware of the microaggressions until he got with Meghan. So I think in that aspect of race, he did not properly prepare her for what she was going to endure. He treated her as he would have any other woman that he has dated, especially as a white woman that he has dated. He treated her as that and brought her into this process, not knowing that this thing about her that is different than the other women that he has dated is going to be an issue. So he was ignorant on that part, and he did admit it. He did. So let me just go back to this, because I told you we're going to be here all day, but I don't want to do that to y'all. So before she even married this man, this is what the woman was dealing with. It was so bad that Harry had to release a statement through by way of the royal family. He signed it, but it had the royal lettering and everything on it, stating that the coverage of Meghan was racist and it wasn't right, and he wanted the British press to back off. We all remember when that happened. This is before they were even engaged at this point. They were just still seriously dating. So all of that happened, right? So Meghan was under the idea that once she married into the family, that they would have her back and protect her from that, because they told her, even when she accepted Harry's engagement, that they were going to protect her, right? So her first signifier that she was not going to be protected, and that Meghan, I will say this, right? Coming in as the wife of Harry, who is not in any way, unless all of the royal family goes on the Titanic and don't survive it, he's going to become king, right? But that just is probably not going to happen, right? I as an American would not think that I would be protected over Kate, who is in line to be, queen. I just would not think that they would protect me, that the true story would be put out that she made Meghan cry. I would not have expected that, but I believe that is what Meghan thought was going to happen if the story were to be released. She did not think that it was going to be released. She never even said anything to anybody. But when it was released, she was shocked that she was the aggressor and not Kate. I would not have been shocked, right? For two reasons. I'm Black. Other reason, I'm not in line to be queen. They'll piss on anybody else to protect her image. That would have just made sense to me. What actually happened was that Kate was upset about the dresses to the point where it made Meghan cry. There were a few people there who saw the incident. Somehow it was leaked out to the press that she made Kate cry. Let me tell you what happened. And I wasn't there, right? But if you look back at them dresses, those dresses were real neutral with the rest of the regular flower girls. And they had a princess amongst them. So Kate said to Meghan, why the hell is my baby wearing the same Gap Kids wedding dress, flower girl dress as everybody else? Where's her bedazzlement? Where's her adornment? Why is she wearing the same color as these American commoners? That's what happened. She wanted her baby to have a different dress because she's a princess. She's not like these peasants. You already got her walking down the aisle with these peasants. Why she got to wear the same dress as those peasants? That's what happened. And Meghan had a little meltdown. You know, you can't put a princess in the same, you can't put a princess in Gap Kids. It's just not going to happen, girl. So that was the problem. But again, Meghan didn't think that would come out. I don't know why you thought that, although it came out, that they would show Kate in a poor light. I would have never expected that. I would have been like, oh, they blame me. Blame the Black person. I would have thought that, right? But me and Meghan have a different experience in this world. Catch, right? So I get her being shocked that she wasn't protected in that. But I can't understand it sitting where I'm sitting and in the skin that I'm sitting in. And in the position I would have been in had I married Harry. Child, it wouldn't have been me. I would have been fighting everybody. They would have said, you got to get this American vagabond out of here. This heifer think it's 1776. She got to go. But that was the only thing that kind of gave me pause, because I was just like, girl, you think they would have favored you over her? But in her defense, she was just like, the story didn't need to come out. Why did that have to come out? This is what I will say. I think they put out that story about Kate, about Meghan making Kate cry, because I think far too many people saw it. Far too many people saw it, and you cannot trust that the people in the room who saw it will keep quiet about it. So what you have to do, if you're the firm, is get ahead of the story and twist it, because you do not need the world thinking that the future queen, or, I don't know if she's going to be the queen, or the arm piece of the future king made the mixed girl cry. Because that's going to be a problem, like it is today, right? So I think that's what happened. I know it didn't need to come out, but I think you just cannot trust anyone today. You think of all the people who have come out as racist, and all of a sudden, all of these things are falling for them. It's not because somebody who was of the culture that they were speaking poorly about was in the room. It's because they were in the room with people that they trusted, and they said some vile and heinous things, and those people either recorded them or leaked it. So that's why I believe that happened. There were too many people who saw it. They had to get ahead of it. And what do? You blame the Black person. You're not going to blame the future arm piece of the king. That's just not going to happen. Period. We got a super chat from Gemma. Gemma said, loving this live. Thank you, Gemma. So I think that's what happened. But I just don't know why you thought you would have been protected over Kate. That's all I'm going to say. I know you said that you thought they would protect you. I honestly get it. But if it involved you and Kate, I would not have expected that. I would not have expected that. Oh, God. So then Oprah says to Meghan, so why didn't the communications department put out the right story? And Meghan goes, that's a good question. The answer is because it was about the future arm piece of the king. They're not going to put, why would they put up? This is the thing. Princess Meghan at the House of Crenshaw, girl, you know I'm on your side. Listen, ma'am, Wakanda forever. But we got to be realistic here. We have to be realistic. That is the reason why the communications department did not put out the right story. I'm sorry. Everybody who is not in line to the throne will be thrown under the bus for Kate and William. Everybody. Your husband, I don't know these royals. Fergie, who's that cousin that just had a baby that nobody cares about? This poor thing. She had a wedding. She didn't had a baby. Every time she's trying on the front of OK magazine, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. But I think it's her mother Fergie. I think her mother is Fergie. She done got married and had a baby. Listen, if they could throw her under the bus for Kate, they throwing her under the bus for Kate. Girl, they're in line to the throne. They are never going to favor anybody else over them. Come on, mama. Come on. We got to be real. We got to be real. They are not your family. They are an institution. What family has an HR department? What family has an HR department? Girl, you married into a system. You did not marry into a family. Oh, God, you American girls. Listen, American girls, let me talk to y'all for a minute. We got to talk. Everybody who's tuning in from out the world who is not American, earmuffs. American girls, let's chat. You can't be, I know American men are a lot, right? And we are finding love across the seas with men from all over, right? Love is not enough. You want to learn that man's culture. You are going to have to understand him. You're going to have to understand his culture. If you are marrying into a different culture, learn the culture, learn the language, learn the customs. We can't be American in a situation especially a situation concerning a relationship, because that's real American to go into a relationship with somebody who is not of your culture, not of your land, and think that the relationship that you have with American men is going to be the same with this man of a different culture. Real American. That's the real American. Learn that culture. I would have Googled the hell out of Harry. And I would have had my cousin who works in HR Googling the hell out of Harry. Then I would have had my other cousin who's a scammer Googling the hell out of Harry. I would have had everything, all of the info before I made that decision to go meet with him for my first, for some drinks. Now, for any other regular guy, I was just going to have drinks with him. For a damn prince, no shade. I'm going to try to lock that down, especially if he's fine. I'm going to try to lock that down. So I'm going to have all my information done before I sit down with him. And that will be my decider. Because I done studied the monarchy at this point. I done found out everything about it. If I still want to go through with it, okay, I'll meet you for a happy hour at Hula Hands at 6 p.m. If not, hey, Harry, something came up. I can't make it, period. We got to learn that man's culture. Learn that man's culture. I would have never thought they would have protected me over Kate. Never. Meghan, I love you, right? But has the laws changed? But there is no reason you should have been working at Humphrey Yogurt at 13 years old. Isn't that illegal? Child labor laws. Is it just a Philadelphia thing? Because I could not legally work until I was 15. How were you working at and you were saving up money from your yogurt shop job at 13? Now, either you exposed Humphrey Yogurt for tax evasion and child labor laws, either you exposed them for that, or maybe the laws was different where you lived. But I was like, you were 13 working at Humphrey Yogurt? Okay, well, they about to get shut down if they're still up and running. I was like, oh, you were 13 working a full-time job? First of all, where in the hell was CPS? Child. Anyway, we moved on to the were you silent or silence part about Meghan thinking that the royals would protect her. I think, to be honest with you, I think they would have protected her to a certain extent. I think they protected her from some stuff, but I would not believe that they would ever protect her over Kate. It doesn't make any sense. Nona said, love you, Nikki. Talk facts. Let them know. Thank you so much for the super chat. I just would have never thinking that. Especially during the time where, remember, during this time, the British press was doing a little bit of talking, right? Because if you remember, I'm telling you, they were always sharing this video of William and Kate think they were going to some school to talk to kids. And when they had walked in, they both of them had sat down, and child, William tried to like grab Kate's arm to like, just like in a, loving way, grab Kate's arm and put his arm around her arm. And she was like, I was like, what's going on? That was also the time where they were saying that William was cheating on Kate was it Kate's friend? I think it was his childhood friend. That was around the time that started coming up. And the only reason why I know about that is because that story got so big, it crossed the seas, and it was all over like Good Morning America. Apple News was like sending me notifications about it. So it was getting some traction. It died down when the Meghan stuff started to happen. So this is what I will say, right? I will say the coverage of Meghan by the British press, in my opinion, as a Black person, and you can't fight me on this, okay? Because you can't tell me what racism is. Sit down. Not this one. Not this one. Not me with these ancestral features and this deep, dark melanin. You can't tell me nothing about racism, baby. Nothing. Now, you might be able to tell me about algebra because I did terribly. The only reason why I was able to pass algebra 1 and 2 was because my teacher was also a musical theater community actor. And me and him were like busted up over monologues in the movies that we liked. So he just really liked me because we connected that way because of the arts. But baby, there was no way I should have passed algebra 1 and 2. Now you could teach me a thing or two about that. Not racism. Back out of here. Anyway, I do think the coverage of her was extremely racist, right? I don't think the royals or the firm threw Meghan under the bus for that reason and reason alone, for her being, because she is mixed race, right? I don't think they did that. I don't think that was like the sole reason of them throwing her under the bus. In my opinion, I think, William was getting a little messy. You know what I mean? He was getting a little messy with his extramarital affairs, and people were picking that up. The press was picking that up and starting to write about it. You know what I mean? And Kate was showing some issues towards him on camera. So there was a lot of conversation going on about that. So what do? You got to start throwing people under the bus because you don't want anybody talking about these people who are next in line. So you got to cover them and protect them at all costs. Americans, that happens here. That happens here. You know how many celebrities have been accused of assault? And then when it finally goes to trial, all of a sudden it wasn't this celebrity. It was somebody in their group who's taking the fall for them. Oh no, he didn't have a gun. His boy had the gun, knowing good and well he was up in the club, flashing that gun, shooting at anybody because he was high out of his damn mind. But who's going to take the fall for him? The less important person, because this person, everybody has their eye on and they're making all of this money. Was racism a factor with the press? Absolutely. Was racism the reason why they threw her under the bus? No. No shade, Brits, but it was your king, your future king, he was getting messy. He didn't keep his hoes in line, period. And so they started talking. So the press started talking because they can't let that one go. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, William getting messy. The hoes is starting to compare notes and they starting to leak stuff out to the press. So what's going on? Who do we have? The mixed race girl. Yes. Let's say that she kicked a maid down the steps. That's what they're going to do. Because now everybody is talking about her and nobody is talking about the fact that, William was messing with this chick. That's what happens, sis. I don't, you being mixed race was, a problem. Yeah, it was. But it was William. It was William who was the issue. You were the solution. Alana Whipple. Oh, damn it. Thank you so much. It went so fast. Thank you so much for the super chat. Alana said, just joined the chat. You wearing that crown, boo. Thank you, Alana. So that's just my interpretation of it. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know all the facts. Just from what I have seen, that is just my opinion. In the words of Tamara from the Real Housewives of Orange County, it's my opinion. Anyway, Now, you're going to throw your tomatoes. You're going to throw. Also, let's be real. Also, Philip in a little sex ring with Jeffrey Epstein with them children. When that picture surfaced, I for me, there's no coincidence that every time some drama happened with the royals, a bigger story was put out about Meghan. I feel that you were the fall guy. And unfortunately, you didn't want to be the fall guy. They didn't sit you in a meeting and let you know that you were going to be the fall guy. Probably because you would have said no. Damn Americans. That's why they mad at Harry. They like, you done brought all this drama to us. You should have got a British chick who knew what this was and wanted to be a part of this. But he fell in love with the girl from Crystal. Can never deny us. But that's what happened, sis. That's what happened. You were the fall guy. You were the fall guy, and you would not allow that to happen. And your man would not allow that to happen to you. And that's why we're here. That's why. Now, you're not going to agree with me on this one. Throw your tomatoes if you must. I think the queen liked Meghan. I do. I think that she liked her. When Meghan says this, when she was telling the story about how she invited her out to like hang out with her. I remember that. I remember watching that because first of all, Meghan looked stunning. Absolutely stunning. But I remember Meghan being so happy to be hanging out with this woman. Listen, right? Woman to woman. With the dude that you're in love with, when his family starts liking you, especially as a woman, especially the women, especially like the grandmother, there is a joy that comes with that, right? Because you know, ain't nobody coming up against that matriarch, right? You know, when you got the grandmother, you gravy. When the grandmother likes you, you're good. You're good. And especially when the grandmother is the Queen of England, you win. You're good. So she was real giddy to be hanging out with Her Majesty, the Queen. She was real happy. I remember that moment. I remember when she walked out of, it was a double-decker bus. Y'all know the things y'all drive in. And she was so happy. Hair was flowing. And she, and the Queen, cheerio. You know, she was doing her thing. But when Meghan told this story that they were in the car and it was a little chilly, she was sitting there holding her legs together, her knees buckling because she's freezing. And the Queen was like, Meghan, get under. She didn't say it like this, but y'all know what I mean. Meghan, put them mixed thighs. Let me stop. Not Her Majesty would never say that. But Meghan, get up under this, robe or whatever, this blanket. Get comfy, get warm, like a grandmother. Get warm. You're out there chilling because you're skinny. You need to eat something, baby. So get up under this cover. I believe that was a real moment. I don't think she made that up. I think that they have a great relationship. When I remember I watched Harry's interview and he was talking about how he talks to his grandmother through Skype all the time. Not Skype, but through Zoom all the time. And she asks, is there anything that they need, right? Or anything that Archie needs. And they were just like, oh, Archie really loves waffles. And he was just like, he didn't say that. This was the interview that Harry did with, what is that guy? A lot of y'all don't like him because he's straight, but he always plays gay characters. James Corden. James Corbin or Corbin? I think it's James Corbin. I happen to like him. I think he's really funny. I was watching him on British TV shows before he even came to America. Talented dude. Anyway, he was doing an interview with him, and that's what Harry told him, that he, said that Archie likes waffles. And he was like, the next day, she like ordered a waffle maker and it was sent to the home. And Harry was chuckling because he was just like, my grandmother never does stuff like that. Like, she doesn't even know how to like order stuff. Like, everybody does stuff for her, but this was something that she did on her own for them. I think she likes them. I think she loves Harry. That is her baby grandboy. She loves him. Not her baby grandboy, but I think he has a great place in her heart. And I think she loves Meghan because Harry loves Meghan and she loves Harry. And I think that she's in a tough position because she's his grandmother, but she's also the queen. So she has loyalties here, but her heart is here. And I think she does really care for them, but I think she has to make decisions or decisions are made for her because of the role that she is in. But I don't think she has any ill will towards them. And I don't think that any of the decisions that she has made about them have been her own. I think there's been a consultation. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have any implications in any of this, right? But I think that she is somebody who, like, as a leader, you have to make decisions that everybody is not going to be okay with, but you have to make the decisions that you think is best for everybody all around. And unfortunately, one of the decisions is to have to, not allow Harry to be a part-time royal. I think when you are somebody who was born, and this is me just thinking, I could be wrong, guys, but I think he was born into being a senior royal, and I think he wanted a lesser position that his birthright didn't give him, right? There are people, like he even said in the interview, we just wanted to be like everybody else who's not a senior royal. We just didn't want to be senior royals. Well, you were born into being a senior royal. I don't think you can make the decision of, well, I don't want to be this position in the family anymore, when that's just the role that you were born into. So I think they just didn't want to give him or make those kind of adjustments for him, although those adjustments have been made before. But I think because of everything that was happening and the way things were going down, the decision was best made to part ways with them to stop all this heat. Because now the heat is here. Child, the heat is here. And I think those decisions were made to cut them off to prevent this from happening. But here we are. Here we are. I think she loved him. But I think her duty to her country trumps her love for him. That leads me to, before I even get into that, I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere. That part reminded me of Princess Diana, because you can find this interview anywhere, especially on YouTube, where that was like her first like sit down interview after divorcing Charles. And she just told everything. She told everybody business. She told everything. And she was just basically saying how her life is not her own. And they had a problem with that because she wanted to have her own life. They had a problem with her openly hugging her sons. They had a problem with her wearing biker shorts and sweatshirts. They had a problem with everything that she did. And her issue was this: I want to be able to have my own life. Not really understanding that you're marrying into an institution where when you marry into that, you no longer have a life. Like how Meghan, she had to hand in her ID, her passport, and her keys. What family do you have to do that for, right? So so for me, I was like, at that moment, you should have realized that this was not, you were just not marrying into a family. You were marrying into an institution. Thank you so much, L Boogie, for the Cash App. Thank you, L Boogie. Thank you so much. That moment for me just reminded me of that Princess Diana interview. If you don't know, I'm a Princess Diana historian. You can't tell me nothing about her. Racism and Princess Diana. I know them well. I have her books. I've seen every interview. I know it all. So that was just very chilling to me that so many years later, we're seeing this happen again. But they got the right one. They got the right one to do this with. They got the right one. I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere. She said that she wanted to go out. She wanted to go out and have lunch with a friend. And the firm told her that she couldn't. They said, well, maybe you just need to sit in the house for a minute because you're really hot right now. There's a lot out about you. Everybody's talking about you everywhere. And she was like, that's funny because I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere because I haven't left the house in 4 months. Child, they had Meghan on lockdown before we were in lockdown. Child. Sad, but that reminded me of Lady Di. Let's get into Archie. Child, say the best for last. You know what? This crown is getting heavy. Ooh, is that a metaphor? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the crown that wears the head. Oh, child, wait a minute. Can I get what? Oh God. This is a metaphor. This is a metaphor. Child. Entanglement. Anyway, so this is when the interview picked up. Oh, wait a minute. Angie, hold on. I got a super chat from Angie. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Angie, thank you, Angie. I was about to start, but then I realized that I didn't address your super chat. Angie said, "Children of reigning monarch get titles. Remember, Will is heir to Harry and Harry is the spare." Let's just start right there. This is the thing. How is anybody shocked that this man does not want to be a part of the monarchy anymore? When he's literally been raised to be a spare. We all know that that was his position in life. Like, come on. You think that he forgot about that? How are y'all shocked? Anyway, when Charles becomes king, Markle's kids get their titles. Well, child, that's not how they tell it. That's not how they tell it. But thank you so much, Angie, for the tea, for the royal tea. Thank you. Now I got a super chat from who? X Chris. Miss Chris. Miss Chris said, I got to go back to work. Rather listen to you all day, Queen Nikki. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much. Let's get to Archie. Baby Archie. So they told Meghan that Meghan and Harry, that Archie was not going to be security, and that they held back a title from him. And that because they held back that title from him, that he was not going to be able to get security. So the way we got the tea, right? We got the tea that Harry and Meghan didn't want that they didn't want him to have a title because Harry, he's over this whole thing, right? That's what we were given, right? Come to find out, they did want Archie. And I love this, right? Hold on, before I go on. J Girl, thank you, J Girl, for the super chat. J Girl said, Meghan mad, royal see her as black. Now she created a rift not repaired. Big mistake. Thank you so much for the super chat, J Girl. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And Lachelle sent your girl a cash app. Thank you so much, Lachelle. So because they held back the title, so comes the security. So Meghan and Harry said that we did not want that. We wanted him to have a title. I like that they said that, right? Because who in their right minds, given the opportunity for your kid to be a royal and to have this life set up for them, even if you went through it and you hated it, right? You know that there's a threat on your life because of that. Wouldn't you want your child to have that? To have that title, to be able to have that kind of life that you hate it, but you realize it's a privileged life, right, Harry? So he was like, yeah, I wanted my son to have a title. I didn't want that taken away, because when you take away the title, you take away the security, but the threat is still there. And that's what Meghan said. Meghan was just like, I asked the firm, well, is the threat not there, then you can keep the title if the threat isn't there. But she said they confirmed with her that the threat was there and that he was not getting a title. So the security was not going to be there. Let me tell you something right now. When they did that, that's when they lit the match and threw it on the fire that is quite possibly going to burn for a very long time. You can mess with anything else in a woman's life. You mess with her kids, it's on. I think that at that point, with everything else Meghan was dealing with, not very well, but she was dealing with it. When it got to her son, and basically the firm said to her, basically, if he dies, he dies. That's what this woman heard. Because if the threat is still there and the security is taken away, what are you telling me about my child? What are you telling me then? She even wrote letters begging them to not, like, strip away the title, not, let Harry remain a senior royal. You can do all of that. Just make sure you protect him. They said no. They took away Harry's he's still, a prince, but they took away him being a senior royal. He is no longer a part-time royal. They stripped him of all of his medals, everything, all of that. And they did this. They never even offered that for Archie. She realized that it was going to be a financial issue for them and a danger for them if those things were taken away. So she's writing letters to all the family to, ask them, the family in the firm, to like ask for help, to ask for support, to say, don't do this. But the firm had made their decision. I will say this. I was very shocked that the firm and the British press have more power than the Queen. That's what I got from this interview. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. But listening to this interview, I was just like, so is the royal family powerless to the British press? Really? A blog can take down the royal family? But I think in that sense, they do have power because the royals are controlled by the government. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brits. So they're not the end all be all. Their power is in their presence, is in how they look, how they represent the nation. The people who have the power to make the real decisions, we don't see. I want to see the firm. I want to see the HR department. That's what I want to see. Decon T gave your girl a super chat. Decon T said, just here for the hot tea from my fellow Philly chick, and you don't disappoint. Thank you so much. I want to know, who is the one who tells the royals to cut Harry off? Who is the one who says that Archie is not going to get a title? Who is the one that says, Harry, we're going to take your medals? Right? Who is the one that says that? Because in this interview, Harry was very clear that his family cannot make decisions on their own. Even the Queen, I was so shocked. He was just like, she can't make decisions on her own. Like, all of this decisions are influenced. And they kept on talking about the firm. Who was the firm? I want to see them. I want to see the firm. Who is the firm? Who the HR department? Poor Meghan. She went to the HR department and got no help for her mental health, because she was saying that she was having issues about, she was thinking about suicide because, the press got to her, the bad press got to her, and this whole situation started to get to her, and she was trying to get help, and she reached out to the royal HR department, and they said, oh, we can't help you. Another thing, Meghan, why would you go to HR? Who has HR ever helped? Who has HR ever helped? HR is there to help the business or the royal family that hired them, never to help the employees. It is never about the low boys, the peasants. They are never there to help you. I've never went to HR for anything. Never. I've always fixed it on my own because I knew what HR was there for. HR protected that company. HR is going to protect Britain. They're not going to protect the American actress. Girl! Oh, Meghan. I think with Meghan, there's a lot of naivete in the fact that she has been able to live her life as a woman of color and not a Black woman. So there's a lot of naivete in there that she just did not expect for certain things to go in her favor. You know what I mean? To like work out for her as a Black woman at any angle. Okay, even if my hair is straight, Black. I would have never, like, some of the things that she was expecting. I was like, oh wow. Yeah, you've had a much different experience on this earth than your mama, because I just would not have expected those things. I would, if I were Meghan, I would have been shocked. I would have been shocked that they released the actual story of what happened with her and Kate. I would have been shocked if I reached out to the royal HR department and they actually helped me. I would have never believed it. I would have never believed it. Hold on, I got another super chat. Let me get that super chat. I got Decon Tees. Who is this? Angie. Hey, Angie. Angie gave your girl another super chat. She said Markle flew 13 times to go to vacation and visited her friends in different countries. Baby showers in New York City. Not true. She did not see her friends. But if they take, but they took her passport and her keys and her ID. So yeah, she could see her friends, but on their terms. You got to understand, when you don't grow up in this and you live your life as this independent woman, and all of a sudden you have, before you can even think about going out with friends, you got to ask a whole HR department if you can even do that. You're going to have an issue. You're going to have a problem. Not Harry, who's grown up in this and this is all he knows. This is his culture. If that is not something that is normal to you, that's going to be an issue, because she can't pick up and go. None of them can. None of them can pick up and go and say, oh, hey, I'm going to run to Applebee's. Why am I so stuck on Applebee's? I haven't been to Applebee's in years. I don't know why I'm stuck on Applebee's. Wait, they don't even have Applebee's over there. What do y'all have over there? Y'all got KFC? We'll do KFC. Oh, wait. Oh, I'll do Primark. Y'all got Primark. I'm going to run to Primark and go get some panties. The queen can't do that. She has to let people know, I want to go to Primark and get some panties. Is that possible? No, I can't go. Or somebody can go get it. Okay, well, I just want to go to Rite Aid and walk around the aisles and get some fresh air. Oh, I can't do that? Oh, okay. Like, I think that's a lot to take in. As a grown, you also have to understand, she got into this at 37 years old. You know where women are at when we reach them 30s. You can't tell us nothing. Excuse me? I'm 37. Who are you talking to? Right? We're in that space because we have been polite. We have been the yes girls. We have been naive all our damn 20s. We in our 30s. You ain't telling us nothing. So to get to that big age and have somebody tell you, oh, give me your keys, give me your passport, give me your driver's license, and if you want to go somewhere, I got to approve it. What? If that's not something that you're used to. So, and you even had it in here. Markle flew 13 times. What? 13? You got how many times she flew? Because it's restricted for her. No. That's just not normal. Just not normal. Anyway, so we have the security taken away from Archie. I will say this. When it was talked about how they changed the royal law so that Archie won't have a title. And this interview, for me, there was no other road to lead to why Archie did not receive a title other than he will have Black lineage. And I thought about that before we got to the part where Meghan said people were questioning her son's skin color before he was even born. There's no other road, because there has not, the royal family has not released any kind of statement of why these things were changed so that Archie doesn't receive titles, or why his security was taken away. None of that has been explained yet. So the only road right now is racism, right? It could also be punishing the punishing of Harry for probably going outside the royal protocols and being with somebody who was so independent of the cultural structure that we grew up that they grew up in. That could be it as well. But to have a royal grandchild not get the same treatment as all the other ones, it could only lead to that, because with us, everything is about race, right? Even down to how we receive medical care. Black women around the globe lose their child, sometimes their life and their child more during childbirth than any other woman in the world. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that we can't carry kids. It has everything to do with the fact that we do not receive equal treatment and care when we are being seen in the hospital. Like, that's literally an issue. It's literally a study. So, in order for you to tell me or make me believe it's not racism, you got to come with something else. They haven't come with anything else. There's nothing else that has come with that other than the fact that Archie will be part Black, right? This is not even like Archie was going to be basically like a full white man, but gonna have might have a curl or two from his grandmother's side. There was somebody on Twitter who said that they're afraid that small percentage of Blackness in Archie is gonna pop out like Thandie Newton's daughter. Thandie Newton's daughter is a gorgeous girl, but she has a white father and she has a mixed race mom. But she gives off light-skinned Black child, right? So I think that that's what they're afraid of, because you never know with genetics. You never know what culture within that, not culture, but you never know what part of the DNA of the ethnic side, or that's probably what they're thinking, like what part of that grandmother's DNA is going to pop out on Archie. Is it going to be his skin color? Is it going to be his nose? Is it going to be his hair? Only time will tell. So that's the thing that for a lot of us, we believe that they probably had an issue with. And I don't think it's for the reasons that everybody else thinks, right? I don't think it's because they hate Black people and they want to, they want all Black people dead. I think it's because when you bring in somebody different, then the face of power starts to change. Because with Meghan, there was a little bit of rifts and issues within the family, because this mixed race woman was doing the job and doing it very well. People really, really loved her. She was killing all of her press events. And when that changes, when you start to humanize and sympathize with people who you benefit from their oppression, that becomes a problem. Because Archie gets a royal title. We also have him being within two cultures, not just racially, also nationally, right? So the American press is going to be covering these kids. Who doesn't own the media but runs the media? Black people in America runs the media. We set cultural trends, right? Companies test things on us. We don't know this, but Blacks wake up. Everything is tested on us first to see if it'll pop. And then when it pops with us, they open it up to everybody else. So you have this dynamic of media talking about this mixed race child who's not like, we're not going to get into the numbers, but let's just be very clear here. He's more white than he is Black. Ethnically, I think, right? So, but you still have this kid who has this popularity even before he's born, and now he's more popular than the baby royals, right? So we're talking about him. Everybody's watching everything that Archie is doing. Then Meghan and Harry are taking Archie on all of these visits all across the globe and just becoming a very popular new face of the royals. That's going to be a problem for a lot of people, especially when you are in the position that you are in because of colonialism. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. So I think within the firm, there is a firm understanding that the face of the royals will be white. We're going to keep that power dynamic. We're not going to change that power dynamic, because then if you do, it becomes a problem for the oppressor. We got a super chat from who? Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn said it's also about taxes. Come on. Lynn said the people pay the security and complain about how much the royals cost. I think Charles can change the rules that excludes him. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you for that. Thank you for that super chat. NT. Masanje, hey, baby. Masanje said, Nikki, you are a gem. Funny and so sharp and analytical. Love how you break something down to its simplest parts. Thank you so much, Masanje. Thank you. So that's what I believe happens as well. But I think because they're not giving us any other explanation, it's just like, well, you want to give something else. Because right now we're on the racism road. If it's a different road, you better start talking. Like, you better give us the directions now, because I can't turn the corner at the last minute. So what else is it? If it's not this, put us on the right road. But they won't. They won't, because then you got to start having the conversation about racism with the creators, with like the creators of European colonizing. So it's just like, are we going to have that conversation? That's a huge conversation to have. But then if you have that conversation, is there going to be any kind of healing? Is there going to be any, things being made right? So you don't want to start down that road, unfortunately. So they're going to let you stay. So they're going to let you stay on this racism road and hope it goes away and not address it. Because if they do address it, it's going to be an issue. Like recently, a reporter was asking William while he was walking, all of a sudden, and this is a bad look, Royals. Y'all, this is why you need diversity in the workplace. Because if you had somebody Black who worked in HR or worked on press, they would have told you, stop propping up Black people now everywhere you go, because you're confirming that there's a race issue within the monarchy. Because now all of a sudden he had this Black woman with these big boots. Like, no shade, sis, but those boots were big and heavy. You were clicking and clacking so damn loud, we couldn't even hear what the royal prince was saying. So she's walking, clicking and clacking in front of him with these big boots. And then the reporter is saying, is the monarchy, are the royals a racist family? And then William turns around and says, we are very much not a racist family. What the hell does that mean? What the hell? You should have just kept on walking. I would have just kept on walking, and I would have used the excuse, oh, I couldn't hear past that girl's boots. I would have been like, her boots were so loud, I couldn't hear what the reporter said. Why did you even address that? Y'all need, oh God. Y'all going to have that conversation. Y'all going to have that conversation. It's going to be a problem. Child. 2021 is so messy already. It's only March. Child. Messy. So anyway, I think unfortunately they're just not equipped to have the conversation, because I do believe that Meghan experienced racism and microaggressions while working with the firm. I will say this: she was very firm on that. The microaggressions and things that happened to her were strictly from the people who control the royals, not the royals themselves. It was very obvious to me from watching this interview with her and Harry that they don't have control over their lives or over their opinions. You know what I mean? Like that there is somebody or some kind of entity, a bunch of people who form their ideas and thoughts and their opinions for them. I will say this: when we got into when Harry joined the interview, and they talked about who and Oprah, because Oprah, what? I will say this. Hold on, CC. I will say this: when Meghan, because Meghan was I think she was just spouting off of everything that happened to her, and she was like, yeah, and there was a conversation of what Harry's skin color, of what Archie's skin color would look like before he was born, and she was just going on, right? And she was just saying, all of the things that happened to her. I think she finally was able to sit down and tell her side of the story. So everything started coming out. But when Oprah said to her, what? Meghan's face, she was like, she realized, see, this happens. It happens to me. When you're just talking and you start saying stuff, you don't realize, because you're just releasing, you don't realize that you said something that you probably wanted to keep under wraps, but the girl was just talking, and Oprah makes you feel so comfortable. That's why she's so good. She was just saying something. When she realized that she said it, she didn't realize that she said it until Oprah's reaction. And she was like, oh, damn. Yeah. Well, you know what? Since I'm here, let me burn it all down. There was a discussion with Harry about how dark Archie's skin would be before he was even born. It wasn't said to me, it was said to Harry. So she quickly put it on Harry. And then when Harry came out to talk about it, he was not. But this is the thing, Harry. You said you were sitting on the side listening to this interview the whole time. So when Oprah asked you about it, why were you shocked? Because Harry was like, yeah, well, I'm not even gonna do his accent. I don't want to talk about it. And I'll never say who said that to me. And earlier in the interview, Meghan was just like, I'm not going to say who it is either, because it will be very damaging to them. Y'all mess with that woman's baby. Y'all mess with that woman's baby. I'm telling you, even if I'm in something with another woman, I ain't never coming for her kids, because when you come for a woman's kids, they get supercharged. They get supercharged and they go somewhere. You cannot defeat them. You cannot defeat them when they start fighting these battles for their children. They go somewhere. A mama is unstoppable. Y'all know years ago, that story about that woman who lifted up that car when her baby got stuck up under it. And when she put the car down, she said that she collapsed because she couldn't believe that she just did that. When a mother, when she gets in her head, she got to protect her baby at all costs. Leave that woman alone. That's what happened. Y'all messed with that baby. And she was just like, oh, okay, let me take off these acrylics and show y'all how we do it. And Crenshaw, she went nuts. And I don't blame her. Because that whole conversation with, is the threat still there? Oh, yes, the threat is still there. And we're we're removing your security. Okay. All right. Well, I'm a be Daenerys up in this MF, and I'm a Dracarys this whole monarchy down. But when Harry said that, when Oprah sat down and asked Harry, he said, I would never say who it is. I think it's William. I think it's the future king. I think it's William. Their reactions. And also in the interview, Oprah released the rest of her interview to CBS, Good Day CBS or something like that. And she was talking about it with Gayle King. And she said that she tried to get out of Harry and Meghan, who was the one who said something about Archie's skin color. And she said they would not tell her, but they let me know that it wasn't the Queen and it wasn't Philip. This is the thing. I didn't know that Philip was a little racist or was saying some real problematic stuff until I logged into, went on over across the globe to British Twitter, and everybody was like, oh, it was Philip. Philip is known to say some stuff like that. So Oprah confirmed that it was not Philip and it was not the Queen. I think it's William. If it was Camilla, they would have said it, right? And I don't feel like Camilla has any kind of voice. You know what I mean? If it was Camilla, I feel like they would have said it, because, especially Harry. It was my daddy's mistress. I felt like he would have said that. But the way especially Harry, the way he reacted, he said, I will never say who did that. Was William a little drunk off the Heineken? You know what I mean? Was he, a little tipsy and said something about your colored baby? Was that what happened? Or was it malicious? I just don't believe Diana's baby. I don't know. But I think the reason why I think it was William is because he was so hurt. He was so hurt by that. Like, who wouldn't be hurt by it, right? But the way he spoke about the person who he said it. Why are my boys fighting? Diana would be so disappointed. I'm turning into my mother. I will say this: you got to be mad racist, or have or don't know how DNA works to think that Harry and Meghan will produce a full black child, to think that Harry and Meghan will produce me. If Harry and Meghan had a Nikki, Harry need to be looking at Meghan like, what's going on? Come on, y'all. Now, wait a minute. We're not going to be ridiculous. We got a super chat from CB. CB said, hey, girl, I Googled the firm and it won't let me put it all here, but the Queen runs it. It's Charles and Edward, their spouses, and Kate and William. So it is them. Okay. Thank you, CB. Thank you so much. So, Meghan, who are you talking about? Oh, was the firm them? Are there any other members in the firm? Then who's HR? Brits. Who, child? I thought our government was confusing. Oh, thank you, YouTube. All right, so let's move on from Archie Skin because we can stay here all day. God. Child. If I showed up, a black child showed up to a Meghan walked that baby up to the press, y'all would have had something to say. Anyway, so as we get to the end of this, I think it would this would be a great part to talk about how Tyler Perry saved the royals. I swear, Tyler Perry has worked himself into every part of world history. How in the hell did Harry and Meghan end up at Tyler Perry's home? Oprah, you had something to do with it. You had something to do with it, Oprah. There is no way that Harry was like, yo, Tyler, how you doing? I ain't got no place to stay. I got evicted from the Monarchy and I ain't got no money or security. Can we stay there for a couple days? I think they stayed in his house for like 4 months. I think they were at his house doing the interview because Oprah said Meghan lives up the street and a friend agreed to allow us to, I think the mutual friend is Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, you better go ahead. You better go ahead. My God, today. You stepped in to house the prince. What is 2021? What is happening? When I heard that, I was like, well, wait, Harry. How are you and Tyler Perry friends? I love it. And I love that he was actually there to help them, to cover them. That's why I always thought that Harry and Meghan were going to be okay in America. Here is why. America, we love a little celebrity. You know what I mean? And I think that everybody would love to want to be connected to them just for, what they represent. And, the Duchess, the Duke and Duchess, all of that. They will love that fan fodder. So I think that they'll be very safe here. I think they're going to make a lot of money just based off of their royal titles alone. America is the perfect place to be the kind of royal that you want to be with freedom. America will allow you that. They will allow you to have that freedom, and they will also allow you to still have that title because of how people will treat you and because of the opportunities that you will receive from that. I think this is the best place to be if you're a royal who does not want to, have to be so strict concerning, how royals exist and still be able to keep that esteem from the people. Perfect place to be is America. You see how we treat Beyonce? So we was going to go up for Harry and Meghan. Anyway, New Mommy D. Hey, New Mommy D. New Mommy D said, William's hairline is sitting here next to me. New Mommy D. And he wants me to let y'all know he did that. Thank you, new mommy D. Prochian said, Medea saves the Royals. Coming 2025. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the super chats. I just can't believe it. I said, how in the hell? Tyler Perry, you better go. You better go. The Little Mermaid analogy. I don't care how anybody feels about that. It got me. It got me. When she was, I mean, let me tell you something. God will send a word through anything. He sent Meghan a word through the Little Mermaid, and she was watching, and she said she lost her voice to be with the prince. But in the end, she got a voice back. Listen, I think, not saying that Meghan would have been fine. I think there would have been a lot of issues. I think she would have rolled with the punches that comes with this. But I think when they took security from her baby and her baby's title, y'all mess with her kid. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about that woman. Y'all came for her kid. It's on and popping. It's on and popping now. Pseudo Chic said, when William said, we are not a racism family, black lady following behind with braids and a Nakra, I knew it was him. Giving me I have black friends. Thank you so much, Pseudo. Yeah. Like right after that, y'all start propping these black people up. And like everything that you do now, you're shaking hands with black people on TV. It's making you look guilty. It really, really is. We are very much not a racism family. What does that mean? It doesn't, it just, huh? I don't understand. A simple no would have been fine. A simple no. Unlike those other racism families, we are not it. Boy, what does that mean? I will say this. I teared up a bit when Harry said about his family cutting him off financially and how he hasn't spoken to his father in months, and how with William there is, he said, it's my brother, I love him, we're okay, but there's space. That really, that I just felt bad. I just really felt bad for Diana's boys. I'm telling you, everything that I feel is because of Princess Diana. And this is where I started to tear up when Harry talked about how his family cut him off financially, and he believes that it wasn't them. It was, agitators who told them that this is what they had to do. But he said, right now I'm living off of what my mom left me, and I'm living off of that. And I'm thankful that she gave me that, because I think she knew. I think she saw this coming. And the fact that their only allies at the time were Princess Diana's friends. The people's princess. And now we got her, one of her sons is the people's prince. What I do love is that Harry is living out the life his mother wanted, because she never got to go back to being herself because of who she was. And she had to live out her days being somebody hounded by the press. I think she would be so happy that her baby was able to get out of it, and that he is finally able to live a life of peace, a somewhat life of peace that I believe that she wanted and she was never able to get. And just when he brought his mom up, he was just like, listen, I saw what they did to my mother. I saw what they did to my mother. I was not going to let them do that to my family. And Harry made it very clear. He is not mad at the UK. He is not mad at his family. He is mad at the UK press. I had no idea the press was that powerful. Do y'all beat up your press? Can y'all like punch a photographer? Not a photographer, but y'all know what I mean. Like there is always a celebrity beating somebody at TMZ up. Can y'all do that over there? Why are they so powerful? Well, like not even like the news, like gossip magazines. Why are they so powerful over there? That's very interesting. Like the Shade Room, they got some power, but they don't got like power over our government. Or is the government and the press in cahoots? I wouldn't be shocked. This is the thing I will say about this. Whoever is the head of the media is going, and how they think is going to be the version of the truth that you're going to get. That's why for me as a Black person, I never believe the media, right? Because none of the media in America is controlled by anybody that's not white. Like all of our media is controlled by white men. So what you're seeing in America and outside of America is what old white men who were born into wealth thinks of America. That's what you're getting. You're in no way getting the truth of what America actually is. So like, I'm not the type of person who will sit in front of CNN or Fox or like any of those news stations and be like, oh my God, yeah, that actually happened. I'm always questioning because I know who runs that, right? I know I'm looking at this news report through their lens. That ain't the truth to me. I need to be there. What actually happened? I need to see the camera phone footage of the person who was at that accident, who filmed it. I want to see that. My eyes will not deceive me. But the news that I'm getting from this man's lens, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Anyway, I got a super chat from Angie. Angie said, so no one thinks all this or part of it is because of money. A grown man talking about my daddy cut me off when they are rich. The Little Mermaid. Wow, absolutely, it's about money. Thank you so much, Angie, for the super chat. Oh, Kamitra Nichols. Oh my God, Kamitra. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you, my love. Thank you. It is. That's why he mentioned it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, let's be very real. Harry can't go back, not go back, but Harry can live a life like you and me. That's not a possibility. There is always a danger for somebody who is a royal. If it's not for ransom, it's a get back to for whatever they have done, right? So there's always some kind of harm because of what they represent, right? If they can't get all of Britain, they're gonna get a royal and make an example out of them, right? Or there's the money factor. Let me kidnap him and see if they'll give some money to get him back. When you have grown up with having security all of your life and knowing that, people are protecting you because, if something happens to William, they need you to jump on in. You're the world's greatest understudy. That's like, I would have major anxiety if that is taken away from me, knowing that there are either people who want to harm me for financial good or harm me because of what my nation has done and what I represent to the rest of the world concerning my nation. So you're going to need that money to pay for that security. So you're going to take security and protection from Tyler Perry, from whoever you can get it from, because there's a risk there. You don't think that they have reports or whatever about places they can and cannot go because it's very dangerous for them? If our political figures have it, you don't think the royals have something like that? It's real, it's not a game. It's not a game. I don't think it's a money grab because they're going to make more money being ex-royals than they are as being actual royals. Let's be real clear here. The royals are not they have money, but they're not no Jeff Bezos. They don't got money like that. That's money, okay? The royals combined don't have more money than Bill Gates. Not even Elon, the guy that makes the Teslas. They don't have money like that, but they represent the UK and they have some kind of wealth that somebody will probably take one of them for ransom. So yes, about money, because their security alone is probably millions and millions of dollars. And that's a necessity. Anyway, this interview basically ends with, beautiful clips of Archie and, Harry just being happy to be a dad and just being at peace, but also really hurting because him and his family are not talking. They're not talking, and it's really difficult because the thing about it is him stepping down, him and Meghan wanting to be not senior royals was just not going to work out, right? Um, and again, I spoke on that and I said, you can't, this is, you were born a senior royal. So to say you don't want to do that and to drop down to being a part-time royal, like royals, let's be real, that the world don't care about, is a little touchy, right? So they rather just let you go and do your own thing than let you be this part-time royal in the UK, and just come back and forth whenever you want. That's a decision they made for whatever reason, right? Cutting him off financially, I think that comes with not being a senior or part-time royal, then the people no longer pay you to be in that position. If they have made the decision for you no longer to do that, then that's where the money stops. I think he expected his family to give him a little coin or two and not him having to, go into his inheritance from his mom. But the family was just like, we're going to keep our coin. You're a grown man with a wife. You can figure it out. So, it may seem like what he's complaining about is so trivial because we as non-royals do it every day. So people are like, you get no sympathy for me. This is what we do every day. But I can understand somebody who has never had to do this being thrown into doing it and being the head of household. Like, he's never had to be the head of household. The monarchy was the head of his household his whole life. So I think he's going to have a little difficulty there. But he got a strong wife who he says saved him, and she says that he saved her. I love that part. I don't care what nobody says. When they said that they saved each other, I said I love them. I love this couple. I love their love. I love what they're doing, and I think it's sad that the monarchy missed a great opportunity. Y'all missed a great opportunity because they could have been the new face of the royal family, and I think that's the problem. They were fine with the face that they have. They didn't need a modern family trying to change that look. And that's what happens. Do I think that Meghan received the treatment that she received was racist? Yes. Do I think she experienced microaggression? Yes. Do I think she was thrown under the bus to protect these senior royals? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a combination of all of that. Do I think the royals messed up when they came for her child? Absolutely. This not going to end well for y'all. Absolutely. Because what this does is it gives people who been not liking the royals, who been not liking the fact that they got to pay for these people to live a lavish life, it gives them ammo. It gives them ammo. So this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you got people like Piers Morgan on national TV talking about it, holding press conferences about Meghan, he's making it worse. I know he thinks that or maybe he believes in his mind that he is protecting the royal family from Meghan's, attacks, but you are making it worse. It's, what? I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm gonna just say it. It's kind of like Shekinah, right? If y'all know about what's happening with Tiny and T.I., Shekinah got on Instagram Live to take up for her friends, right? Because of the bad press that they were getting from women who said that they have assaulted them. She gets on Instagram Live and she's just like, oh, the girl who was saying that they were raping these girls, she don't want to talk about how she was the one who helped them find the girls. You're not helping your friends. You are making it absolutely worse by still talking about it and giving details. So Piers is probably like, oh no, I'm protecting the royals. How dare you talk about them? But you keep on talking about it and making it worse. Some stuff will be better if you shut up and let it go away. He's not letting it go away. He's going to continue to become a bigger and bigger problem because now he's saying, "Oh, I will not be silenced. I'm going to take my opinion somewhere else." And you are going to now craft a personality of yourself now where you are going to be this person fighting Meghan Markle for the royals. You going to make it worse, bro. I'm telling you right now. Stuff going to come up in your past. It might be some sexual harassment stuff. You might be talking too damn much. You start saying stuff about the royals that got people saying, "Well, wait a minute. Wait, what? You said they did what? Shut up. Shut up. Please. You are going to make it worse than it has to be." Yes, you got embarrassed by that fine weatherman. Let me hold on. Can we start here? Wait a minute, Brittany, that's what your weatherman look like? I was like, he does the weather. Well, baby, he got a storm coming, and her name is Nikki. Anyway, that man was fine. I said, he do the weather. Yes. But yes, he embarrassed you, right? Because he clocked your tea. He let you know that the reason why you so pissy is because Meghan, left a drinks date with you to go and go on a date with Harry. I'm going to be very clear. I'm going to be very honest with you. As a woman, I wasn't there with him and Meghan, but the way he tells the story, I'm like, I think you think this was a date. And I think that Meghan was there doing business. Because the way he explains this story, I'm like, Pierce, I think you were the only one on a date in this. I think if you would have asked Meghan, it would have been very clear. Weren't you also married at the time? Homegirl was doing business. Homegirl was networking. You think it's a whole date? Oh, she left the date with me to go meet up with Harry, and I never spoke to her again. Even if you look like the weatherman, can we be real? If I had a date with a prince lined up, I'm going. Like, what did you expect her to say? "Oh no, I'm having so much fun having drinks with you here at the pub. I'll stay here with you and finish off a pint and not go out on a date with a freaking prince." Men are delusional. Y'all are delusional. You men do not have to deal with any kind of consequences in society. So y'all walk around with these inflated ideas of yourselves where you think, where you are Pierce Morgan and you think at your big age that Meghan was going to choose you over a hot prince. Mental illness. Anyway, we got a super chat from who? Sly Cat says Sharon Osbourne needs to swim back across that pond after the way she yelled at Cheryl Underwood. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Sly Cat. And then we got a super chat from Decon T. Decon T said, Pierce and the Royals don't want it with Black Twitter. Folks are bored and have time on their hands. Listen, that's another reason. Thank you so much, my baby Decon T. That's another thing. Right now, we're all in the house. Seriously, I'll be very real with you. If we didn't have any issues, like if we didn't have the pandemic, where everybody was sitting home and, not having anything to do but focus on our TVs, there is no way that Black Lives Matter would have had the impact that it has had thus far. Absolutely impossible. Pierce, right now, a lot of us aren't vaccinated yet. We're still sitting here waiting. We're waiting in line for that shot. But right now, we haven't got it yet. We all got a lot of time. We all are still working from home. You do all this talking, people got a lot of time to start digging. Shut up and leave this family alone. Shut up. Can't believe the firm or the HR department hasn't reached out to him and said, sweetie, mind your damn business. Focus on you. Focus on you and that wife and all them damn kids. Leave this royal family alone. Because I'm telling y'all right now, that man is going to make it worse for you. He's going to keep on talking. You know that we all have a short attention span thanks to Vine and Twitter. So stuff just happens and we just move on. We're not going to move on if y'all keep on talking about it. Then we're going to start digging because, baby, wait a minute. Did I? hold on. I think I had this article saved and I can't find it right now because I'm heated. Head of state. Because baby, what's happening right now? Barbados to remove Queen Elizabeth as head of state. It's happening. It's happening. In the words of Sheena, it's all happening. It's all happening. Y'all better shut up. Let this thing die out. Let this thing die out because people going to start talking. People going to start thinking, all we got is time. People going to start contemplating. Like, do we really need these white people on our money? We are a black nation. This is what I'm telling you. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. You know what? Did the Brits ever really pay us for that money that they owed us? Because I feel like they doing us the same way they did Meghan. That's what happens. Y'all better let it go. Y'all better let it go before people start talking and connecting the dots and having these conversations. And now we have social media where people just start reaching together. Because, baby, I told you, it was United Nations. It was United Nations against the UK on Twitter. Because what was it? Scottish people started joining in with Black Twitter. Then Irish people started joining in with Black Twitter. Then we had South Asians. I said, what is this? Martin Luther King would be so proud. Everybody was getting them royals together. Everybody. So, Pierce, shut up. Shut up. Don't let that man don't let that man do all that talking for y'all. He is going to make it worse. Listen, Meghan is a beautiful woman of color who got the Black experience. That one drop rule wore her out. That one drop rule kicked that woman's behind in the UK. Baby. You know what, girl? Unfortunately, you got your wake-up call. And that's sad because I feel like you've been able to move throughout the world having a very different experience than your mom. Than people, the people who look like your mom. And unfortunately, you got that wake-up call on a national level. And it was brutal. Beautiful, brutal. But I just got to be, real here. You married into a colonizing family. I love you. You are my girl. I'm just a little disappointed that you expected none of this. None of this. Come on. You saw that picture of William with them Black people holding him up on the chair. Girl, you were shocked. You were shocked. I will be. I'm not giving her an excuse, right? But I think she just didn't get this experience. She didn't. So she was thinking, white people treat her differently than they would a Nikki, right? So I'm just thinking she was like, oh my gosh, wow. Me? You're treating me like this? So girl. I'm glad you got your wake-up call, though. I'm glad you got your wake-up call. I think you needed this because that daughter might be the one. That daughter might be the one to get the hair. Because that hair is an identifier. You can have all of your white side features, but that Negro hair won't quit. That Negro hair won't quit. So we don't know. So I'm glad you're in this position now, where you see it for what it is, and you're not taking it lightly. You're not taking it easy. You are coming for the racism at all costs. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it. But I just would not have been shocked had it been me. Again, I've had a different experience. You know what I mean? I can't pass. And not saying that she benefits, like she's aware that she benefits from passing. I think that she kind of figured it out that no matter what you look like, the Blackness within you is always going to cost you. I think she got it. I think she got it. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Yeah, that's it. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. What do you guys have to say? Anyway, M. Jones, hey girl. M. Jones said, do you remember Harry dressing? Guys. Now listen, I said we're going to have this conversation, but I've never been to England. I still want to be able to go. Okay. Do you remember that? Do you remember Harry dressing like a Nazi for a party? Do you remember he went through mental counseling himself and headed the campaign? Thank you so much for the super chat, M. Jones, and for shaking the table. Thank you. Yes, I remember that picture. I don't have any explanation for that. I don't know why he did it. I don't understand. I don't know. That's when he got an answer for that one. I don't know. Because y'all going, listen, we can have the conversation, but I want to see Big Ben in person. Okay. I want to have a royalty in person. Gosh, I'm gonna have to delete this because I don't want them to stop me at Heathrow and be like, NikkiStar. Yes. Oh, I gotta. Okay. All right. Well, at least I got to smell the royal British air. No, I want to go there, guys. I want to be able to visit. And I do remember him speaking about going through mental health counseling himself and heading the campaign. Him and Meghan both have had some serious mental issues concerning, depression and things of that nature. And so for them, they were really upset about the fact that they no longer can do that, like head up those campaigns, but they're going to be still doing, charitable things, but just not by way of the monarchy. You see me trying to get out of this conversation. How can you not have mental health problems when you are raised to be somebody's spare? I can't believe the brothers now have space. I would have thought that they would always have some kind of issues, especially if your whole identity is being a spare. How can you not? I know, Ryan. I'm trying to get there. Yeah, I want my crumpets and scones too. Shoot, I want to have some spotted dick. My mom has no idea what's going on. Mom, I think it's a cake. It's not a penis. Oh, Priya said, I'm in London, babes. You can come stay with me anytime. Girl, if I can get in, shoot. If I can get in. Priscilla said, yeah, this situation isn't as black and white as it seems. I think it's always very easy, right? Because everything is about race. But I'm not going to sit here and say that race is the only factor here. I'm not. It's a huge factor. I ain't even going to hold you. This is a family who is the face of colonialism. Like I said, there's no way that somebody who is not white coming into this situation is not going to have a hard time. That's just not, to me, that's just not realistic. That's just not realistic. There's no way that they are not going to have an issue with somebody who is not fully white being embraced by the masses. Because then that changes, like I said, the face of power. And when you change the face of power, like with Barbados removing the Queen as head of state, things start to change. And people who benefit from things staying the same don't want that. So you'll get men like Pierce on TV having a full fit because he doesn't want things to change. You'll get Sharon Stone. I'm sorry, sis. What's her name? Sharon Osbourne on TV having a full meltdown because she doesn't want to have things to change. She does not want the world feeling sorry for this woman that Pierce is attacking, right? Because if people start to give her sympathy, then he can't spout off that nonsense. And if he can't spout off nonsense like that and get paid a lot of money, then she can't spout off nonsense like that and get paid a lot of money. So there's accountability that has to come with that. And she don't want that. That's why she can look at Cheryl Underwood, who's racist white people have, I don't know how you accumulate these people, but they have some of the kindest Black friends ever. I don't get that. I ain't never been in that position before, and I will never be. Never be. You're not going to look at me when I'm telling you about the racism that I receive as a Black woman and scream at me and say, don't you cry at me. I should be crying. I'm telling you, I would have had that woman in the headlock so fast. She had the right Black people with her that day. You had the right Black people with you that day. The fact that Cheryl is near tears and Elaine, do I have it? I'll just use this piece of paper. Elaine clutching her cards, trying to explain to Sharon, well, racism. Listen, I would have said, go to commercial. Go to commercial. Are we cut? Let's go. Hands. I don't care if she damn near 70. How dare you? She screamed at her, don't you cry. I should be the one crying. And Cheryl, Sharon, you're my friend. I want to explain to you the trauma. How dare you? It was his opinion. Oh, Cheryl, you're my friend. I just want to. Why were you giving her so much grace? She was being so ignorant, and they cut to commercial. That woman was still yelling at her and cursing at her. I couldn't believe it. And even when they came back, there was no accountability. Nobody said anything to her. Lisa Vanderpump comes on and she's like, oh, Lisa, what a friendly face. I'm so happy to see you. Like, you were being attacked. Y'all got the right Black people around you. I praise the Lord. I ain't never been in a situation like that. Because God know I'm not that girl. I'm not that Black. To me, racism is violence. Racism is violence. If you want to pull that stuff with me, you better have your will written. You better have your will written, or you better have a plastic surgeon on speed dial, because baby, I'm going to be the last Black person you try that with. Oh, I'm going to be the first and the last. You better not. I'm not the one. That is pure violence. I'm literally here because of freaking genocide of my people. And you want to tell me that it ain't what I'm saying? Okay, Sharon. You better call Kelly. Because when I'm done with her, when I'm done with you, I'm going to whip her. Let her know that I'm beating her mother up on national TV. See, y'all be having the right people. Y'all be having the right people. They were so patient and kind with her. Why? Racism is violence. Racism is trauma. Cheryl and Elaine, you are sitting there on that. You are freaking speaking English in America because of the genocide of your people. And you're being patient with this woman. I'm not, I understand y'all got to keep a check. But all money ain't good money. I would have lost my job that day and not even stopped by HR. I would have stopped.
Coming in here to let you know that too, because I would have lost my job on TV. B, who are you talking to?
Okay.
Period. I still might say that when I see her.
No, Mom. Okay. See where I get it from? You see where I get it from? Listen, I know that. I know that Elaine and Cheryl need to keep their jobs, but listen, that would have been a day I stopped by HR and I would have been like, y'all don't help nobody anyway. So I'm about to let y'all know I'm gonna get fired today. So toodles, have a good time. We don't even need to do an exit interview. I'm about to beat Sharon up. They were so patient with that woman. They were so patient. I feel like I'm being strapped in an electric chair. You are defending your friend who said the most vile and ignorant things. I saw somebody on Twitter. They retweeted this It was when, let's get the Osbournes off of talk shows. Their opinions are basura. Let's get them off of talk shows, right? Because Kelly was on The View and somebody shared it on Twitter and said, like, mother like daughter. And y'all know what clip I'm about to talk about. It's the clip where she said, well, who's going to clean your toilets, Donald Trump? Rosie Perez was like, oh no, oh no. And Kelly thought she said something. Who's going to clean your toilets, Donald Trump? And the audience was like, ooh. The Osbournes are ignorant. Very, and I'm not going to put it on the Osbournes because I don't know what Ozzy or the son think, but Kelly and Sharon are very ignorant. And probably, which is why they're getting paid for their opinions. But the display that woman did with that crying and how patient Cheryl and Elaine were with her, and everybody was commending Cheryl and Elaine. That's not commendable, because those Black women they could not show how they really felt. They could not act like Sharon, or they wouldn't have a job. Sharon was sitting here the next day. You think that if Cheryl or Elaine did that they would have their jobs? They had to swallow all of their trauma to try to appease to this white woman who was defending her friend who said some very racist and misogynistic things about the Duchess of Sussex. They can't do what she does, and they know that. So that's why they were being very patient with her. They probably dragged her in a group chat full of their girlfriends, but that's the most that they can do. They got to swallow that trauma every day and work with that nut job. Same thing with the people on Good Morning Britain. The last interview that I saw with Pierce before my boyfriend dragged him for pills, the last interview, there was a woman sitting next to him, and she was just like just stressed out by working with somebody so unhinged, just quiet and just like, oh, here we go again. Like, but she can't say anything. As a woman, there's only so much stuff she can say. Like that chick that he talked about her outfit and how she walked in this miniskirt and was talking about her legs. She was clearly embarrassed, right? But as a woman, what can she do? You think they're going to get rid of that big boy? He had to cut him own self because he had been probably doing that for years under that contract. But they don't get, if you watch the morning show, like I told y'all, they don't do anything with men like that. All they do is pay them more. It took, 20 years to take down Matt Lauer? He been doing stuff like that. No accountability. No accountability. Sorry for my mom, guys. Oh, God. She's alive. This is why we love her. Sly Cat, thank you for the super chat. Sly Cat said, I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Cheryl is a member. It was president several years ago. She kept her finer womanhood, but I wouldn't. Yeah, Cheryl had to keep her job. That's what she had to do. And with Cheryl, let's be real, being not only a Black woman, a dark-skinned Black woman could not raise her voice to Sharon the way Sharon raised her voice to her. You know how the media would report that? They would just put pictures of her, in the middle of yelling, being like, Cheryl attacks Sharon. Like they did to the Duchess of Sussex. See? Thank you, Sly Cat, for the super chat. Hold on. Let me get into your comments. Shannon K said, Shannon is the tip of the iceberg. You know how racist the UK had to be on a casual basis for America to be the refuge. Ciao. You know what? I remember I was talking to this girl that I used to go to church with way back in the day. And she's a Black woman from the UK. And she was talking about how she was having a really difficult time dating white men in America because she was feeling like there's so much pressure when you're in an interracial relationship over here than it is in the UK. And she was just like, over there in the UK, the racism is not as bad as it is here in America. Like we see interracial relationships all the time, and she was just going on, right? I'm Black, right? I'm a Black American. I am a Black American because of slavery. So you're not going to get me to defending and fighting for America, right? When y'all do them UK and America wars, I'll be sitting there like, oh, that's a good one. Like, I ain't that person. America hasn't given me my 40 acres and a mule yet. I don't have my reparations. So until then, we can't talk. So y'all can say whatever y'all want about them. I'm good. I'm gravy, right? But I'm listening to this woman talk about how much better, how sad, right? How much better the racism is in the UK. Like, it's not as nasty and vicious. Like, literally black woman to black woman talking about how the racism is a little bit better somewhere else, right? But she's also sitting here talking to me as a Black woman in English with the English last name, but she gonna tell me racism in the UK is better. I want to hurt her feelings because that was back when I was like super saved and I was very quiet and I didn't want to step on any toes. I'm grown. I'm stepping on everybody's toes today. But I just thought, how ridiculous of you to make the assumption that racism in the UK is a bit better than it is in America, because you can walk down the street holding your white man's hand and nobody bats an eye. That's how you're rating the harshness of racism. I hope you got free. I hope she still don't think the same way, because I'm like, girl, is this who we are? Is this who we are? Like, what? That was her thing. Y'all, the conversations that I used to have in church, I'm so glad I'm grown. I'm so glad I'm grown. But it's just like, it's not, racism is bad anywhere. You know what I mean? Just because, one place is a little bit more coded about it or a little more lackadaisical on some things doesn't mean that the racism is better, right? The fact that there's racism, period, is the issue. It should always be the issue. It's not how light racism is. It's the existence of racism that is the issue. Period. Baby Tink said, which is BS, since interracial relationships, although common here, are still not looked upon favorably. Yeah, I think guys, I think she was trying to say something. Yeah, I think she thought she was saying something because she, mainly dates white men and she was having a little trouble. She was having a little trouble in America. So she was trying to, drag America because, it's never this difficult for her to get a white man where she's from. Well, welcome to America. The white boys are picky over here. Let me stop. I'm sorry. At least the white boys you looking for. Because, baby, got a lot of white kings over here. Not hard to get them. Oh, wait. What? Oh, goodness. I'm always missing y'all little fights. What's going on? Are we having a little fight? Miss Brown Sugar said, that's what I'm saying. There's a big difference between defending racists, a la Terry Crews, how do we get here, than just maintaining composure in the face of racism. I think Cheryl and Elaine still made their points. Yeah, they absolutely did. That's why I said they got the right one. I'm not the one to do that. I'm never going to defend my existence to somebody who has an issue with me being here. No, I'm not going to do, like I said, like we talk about race here all the time. I'll have the racism conversation, but there has to be, the person I'm speaking to, there has to be a space open for understanding. If you're coming here to debate my existence or experience, oh no, I don't debate my existence or my experience as a Black woman with my words. I fight. So you better be able to beat me. That's how we gonna do this. That's how we gonna do this, baby. I turn into Thomas Shelby. When it's time to get the scrapping, we gonna scrap. We gonna scrap. I'm a Shelby boy when it's time to debate race. Okay. Zora, thank you for the super chat. Zora said, Nikki, they be lying. I was in the UK for a bit, and not only was it racist, but there was tension and misogynoir towards Black American women. Oh, really? Thank you, Zora S, for the super chat. And for the tea. Thank you for the really, because I'm trying to go over there and get me an Idris. Because it seems like every Black man from the UK with a name Idris is fine. What y'all doing over there? What y'all got over there with them men? And that weatherman. Listen, y'all little Black and mixed race men. Y'all doing a little something. Let me get over to the UK. But is there a problem with the American women? Child, I still got to see it. Even if they find me later on while I'm over there and just like, were you NikkiStar who did that live about the royals? Depends on who's asking. I have to leave. Okay. Well, at least I got to have my tea, my high noon tea. I got to get over there. I just got to do that. I have to do it now. What? Summer Bailey is about to turn this conversation. Summer Bailey is about to turn this conversation around. Summer Bailey is about to turn this conversation around. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't go to page 6. They're filth. Let me go to people. Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez end engagement. This has been a long time coming. Oh my God. Oh my God, J-Lo, I thought this was the one. The Latino power couple called off their engagement after 2 years of being together. Oh my God. The pandemic is taking so many relationships. Oh my God, they was about to buy a baseball team. Alex, what did you do? Oh my goodness, the only way Jennifer Lopez will break up with you is if you cheat. I hate the devil. I hate the devil. I love that little Latino power couple. Oh my God. 2021 won't quit. I hate the devil. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Well, Ben Affleck is single, girl. And you know you and him tried to make it work. Ciao. Sly Cat said, Nikki, I've been waiting on that. It must have broke when I was on here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Christine, you know what, Christine? I didn't want to say it. Christine, when were you born? Because I feel like my generation holds on to J-Lo and Puffy for some reason. Or Diddy. We will not let that relationship go. We will not let that relationship go. When they broke up, I was so heartbroken. I love that couple. You know what? Diddy been waiting in the sidelines for her for years. He made that whole song about it. I need a girl. What did he say? I thought he was going to have a little girl with the Diddy smile. Listen, J-Lo. Oh my God. J Chair 1 said we going back to the royals. See, British people who are watching, this is our royals. Celebrities. J Chair 1 said, in the answer to your question earlier, the press is more powerful than the royals. Wow. The royals have no real power. So without the press, they basically don't exist. Thank you, J Chair. That's a very good point. Because aren't they ambassadors for the UK? If they're like brand ambassadors for the UK, you're going to need that press. So they got to work together. Wow. I can't believe the press got the queen hemmed up. The queen, her majesty They got her hemmed up. Listen, Queen Elizabeth, girl, I ain't said nothing against you on here. Nothing against you on here. So if they don't try to let me in, put me on the fly list, please. I want to come there. I love the fashion there. God, I'm gonna have to delete this. I got to get to England. The devil is a lie. I got to get there. Or I got to change my name. I got to put a different name on my passport. Because y'all not keeping me out of there. I have been waiting for years to go there. The devil is a liar. This will not take me down. Oh yeah, I love Peaky Blinders. Oh, I love them Shelby boys. I can't wait. They're coming back. Yeah, Cutie M24 said the royals are basically public servants for the UK and the Commonwealth. Okay. Yep. Simply Simone said A-Rod cheated on her with Madison from Southern Charm. He had her posted up in a hotel during January 2020, and they talked about it at the reunion and bleeped his name. Do I got to get back into Southern Charm? Man, why can't y'all just be faithful? Wait a minute. Not Madison with the dimples? Is it Madison with the dimple? Madison, why are you always ready to break up a home? This is the second home you have broken. Child. Who called J-Lo hood? Shannon K said, also, the press has a lot of dirt that people don't leak. That comes with the price. Yeah, absolutely. That's what, listen, my mom always said, don't let nobody else tell your own tea. Tell it, to get in front of it. Listen, you can call me and be like, oh, Nikki, we have a story on you. I'll be like, oh, okay. When you releasing it Thursday, I'll do a press conference Tuesday. Yeah, I did it. And what? I'm grown. Child, you better get in front of it. Don't let nobody else spread your own tea. You spread it first. K. Pratt, thank you for the super chat. K. Pratt said, not to be a hater, but why do you think A-Rod and Jay Cutler are willing to risk it all for Madison from Southern Charm? Thank you so much for the super chat, K. Pratt. I don't know. I really don't know. I think sometimes powerful men need to get with a less powerful woman so that they can feel wanted and needed in some areas. I think for a lot of men with those kind of egos, it's difficult for them to get with a woman who doesn't need them. So a J-Lo don't need an A-Rod. They could be a power couple, but he doesn't make her and she doesn't make him. They're made separately, and together it's just, even better, right? But when, as a woman, especially in society that does not root for us, when we start to do well, sometimes the men that you are with have an issue with that. So you always have to find a man that will cheer for you louder or just as loud as you cheer for him. So that could, if it is cheating, that could be the thing, because Madison's a cute girl, but she's no J-Lo. And not talking about looks or anything, but J-Lo comes with so much. J-Lo is like a powerhouse, on her own. So maybe the attraction to Madison is the fact that she needs him and he could make her into something. But he can't do that with J-Lo because she don't need him. We got another super chat from Yinka Consola. Yinkan Sola. I believe I'm saying that right. I hope I'm not messing up your name, my love. Yinka Sola said, finally made a live. Love from the UK. Hey, family. Tell them to let me in. Trivial point, but the only person dressed for the setup in the garden was Oprah. Meghan did have on her little long gown, and Harry with his little short pants. Thank you so much, Onyeka Consola. Thank you. Because I realize as a Black American, I do a lot of nicknames, and that's just, I don't know what it is about Black American brains, but you will give us your full name. And you were like, my name is Peter Conchita Thomas, and we'll be like, okay, PP. I don't know why we do that. It's just like our brain just automatically go to a nickname. So I'm sorry about that. That was not trying to be funny or anything. I just did it. That's just what our brains do. And I apologize. Oh, God. Nona Britton said cheating is a character issue. See what I'm saying? I love my lives because we started with the Royal Rumble. Now we're talking about J-Lod. Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod. Nona Britton said cheating is a character issue. This is not the first time. ND said, Elvira, seriously, a stupid made-up TV show, LOL. I don't know what y'all be talking about. I'm trying. We got a lot more people in here than normal. Hey, people. Really, Madison's a cute girl, but I'm just, Madison, why are you always the home wrecker? You are always wrecking somebody's home. You got to go to therapy. Is this the third home that you have wrecked within the span of 2 years? Ooh, girl. We got to get you some help. Oh, y'all talk about Love Island. Okay, thank you. I haven't watched that. I need to get into that. Y'all love yourself some Love Island. Oh, he was cheating throughout the whole relationship? J-Lo, that's what Diddy did to her. Do y'all remember that Vibe interview? And she was just like, he's writing all these songs about how much he loves me, but why am I having to knock on doors in hotel rooms to find out where my man is? Oh, really? Diddy, not you cheating on J-Lo. Men don't care. Men do not care. I told y'all Arnold Schwarzenegger, I can't say his last name because I feel like it's a racial slur. The Terminator. Y'all know that y'all know who he cheated on his beautiful wife with all that power. Like, she comes from this like powerful family and you cheat on her with that woman. Men don't care. Why don't y'all penis have tact? Y'all penis needs to have like tact. It just goes in an empty thing. But you know what? I said it before. You know, I think we expect way too much from men concerning sex when they have sex with a sock. Men have sex with a sock. When I found out about that, I was like, y'all doing it to socks? What? Ain't no way God made them first. Ain't no way. Oh, goodness, J-Lo, I'm so upset. Takara said Diddy cheated on every woman he's been with, and he had the nerve to be surprised when Cassie finally left. And didn't she? Listen, Cassie left and got a whole family within 2 days of leaving that man. Ciao. P said, do y'all remember when Puffy cried about losing J-Lo in that MTV interview? Now that clip has been vaulted for life. Ciao. Francine said grapefruits now. Nikki, you late. Nothing, Priscilla. It's not even beauty. It's not beauty. It's not status. It's not money. They just don't care. It's like a recklessness within them, just reckless. Like, you banged a sock? Honey, was there no vagina nearby? I don't get it. Sophie Simone said, one of my good friends from high school dated Arnold's love child for 3 years when she moved to Cali. The tea that girl has. We're thirsty and ready to sip simply. Let's sip. Let me stop. I want no information on that baby. Shanna K said, men really have the audacity. You can be the baddest in the world and men will bypass you for something that barely has a pulse. Necrophilia. Necrophiliacs are not women. It's the men that be banging dead bodies. What is going on with them? What is going on? Oh, child. CCB said Forbes just did an article on the firm and included an org chart. Forbes says they are worth $28 billion, but they lied on Kylie's coins. So who knows? Oh, really? I thought they were worth thought they were worth just under $1 billion. Like I thought they were worth like 500 million. But they're worth $1 billion? 28 billion? You know what? If my family is worth 28 billion and nobody could like the family couldn't at least come together to give me $1 billion, I would be mad too, Harry. I would be mad too. And I would probably go on an interview and burn it all down. Y'all want to give me a simple $1 billion? Really? Oh, okay. I'm going to tell y'all T. Oh, thank you, P. Thank you. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Shantavia says it's the thrill of the chase and the opportunity. I think that sex means something differently for them. I really, really do. I think it has to be, sometimes they just don't have a reason, right? Just like, oh, well, you know, that was hard. So you destroyed your family? Are you okay? Are you okay? Child, you won't be paying all of Madison's bills. See, I feel like Madison will need him. So maybe that's the chase of her being like, oh my goodness, my rent is due. You know, can you slide me some coins, daddy? And Jayla was just like, oh, I just bought another building. What did you do today, honey? You know, that is like, that's something that could probably shake him a bit. They're weird. They're so weird. Oh God, being a straight woman. Y'all don't know the pain. Y'all don't know the pain. Y'all don't know the pain. Y'all don't know how much we have to like put aside. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Oh, God. My lesbian friends just living their best life. Best life. Shannon K said the Royals are worth way more than that. We literally have gold bars deep under our pavement, and if you find anything, the Queen takes it back. I feel like that's what America is telling everybody outside of America about like that's what we have, because I feel like, especially watching 90 Day Fiance, the people on that show is like, well, America has all these opportunities, and I'm like, really? Are y'all sure? What are y'all watching? Are y'all watching like TVN, that Christian network? Because they're not telling you the truth. They're not telling you the truth about America. Christine C said, I've learned that a lot of men cannot handle a successful woman, let alone a more successful woman than them. That's very true. The truth that a hard peen has no conscience. I think Method Man said that. Ciao. Ciao. Queen Cascade, hey. I didn't mean to say it like that. Queen Cascade, hey. Queen Cascade said that figure is a combination of all the royals, of all their investments, their land business, and everything they won all over the world. Ciao. What is it going to be by the end of the year? Because I believe that Barbados is not going to be the only place that's going to follow suit with removing the Queen from all of that stuff. That's why I'm like, Pierce, just shut up. Because they're going to keep on talking. Y'all need to just let stuff die out. If people stop talking about it, we will move on to something else. Yes, don't forget to like the video. Like the video, familia. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter, Nikki. It doesn't matter. We got to study them. Men need to be studied. CB said America's international propaganda must be on point because it's real raggedy in some of these streets. You know who found out? If you watch 90 Day Fiance, Yara from 90 Day Fiance is not impressed with America. She's like, well, it's dirty here. That's music. Y'all drunk everywhere. Oh, Americans, y'all shoot people. She is not impressed with America. Oh, the Queen. Oh, okay. The Queen Cascade said the Queen has $350 million by herself. Now, I will say this. Can she use any of that? Like on her own? Can she just make it like, can she have a card that she swipes and that bill comes to her? Or does, she have to ask people, I want to buy a waffle maker for Archie. Can I do that? Like, is that their money? Or does that money stop when the people or the government says no more? I would like to know that. Oh, it happened 6 months ago, ND. Oh, they're probably pushing it now because of what's happening to make it seem like that. Okay. Thank you so much for that clarity. Francine, what did you say? Because I don't. Why are they hiding your? Why are they hiding your comment? Francine said, if we take everything out of their museum they found, they won't have L. That's why they hid it. They won't have S. Let's keep it real. They stole all our history and have it over there. Oh, talking about the British Museum. Yep. If you didn't know that, Black Panther let you know. Wild ones is preaching. Oh, don't this Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Oh, that's another live getting into the royal money. But again, guys, I can't get into too much of their money because I have yet to be to London. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We are not going to mess up this for me. Charles, wait. Prince Charles is a landlord? Well, hold on. He's a landlord? Bunny said, being in the royal family is almost slavery. Imagine working and having to ask people for your credit card and when to use it. But then you get all these perks, like, being worth $350 million. Queen Cascade said the royals mainly live off the public purse, what the government gives them each year from our taxes. Oh, wow. I don't know. You know what? I don't know this. MC said, who's going to be the king next? Prince Charles or William? I don't know. Can any of my British subscribers up in here let your girl know? Lemon Leaf Clover said, I doubt Charles will take the throne. He may abdicate and William will take the throne. He's much more popular and modern. Can he take the throne with Camilla on his arm? I know he married her, but wasn't she the mistress? Would that be okay to have a former mistress as your queen? I'm just asking. I don't know. Shannon K said the queen has money, racks on racks on racks, but they also get a salary and allowance. The queen money is way longer than we can imagine. And that's just what we know legally. Yeah, okay, I would have a problem, William. I get Harry, I understand. Hey, Nashika. Nashika said, what do you think of Harry saying he doesn't talk to Charles and that he's disappointed because Charles has been through something similar? Again, what my thoughts on it earlier is still stands the same. Like, when you leave that institution, you leave everything with it. If your family is still in it, they probably, because you are, is it an abdicator? I don't want to say agitator. Because you want to go wayward, they probably can't associate with you because, now you're sitting on Oprah and talking and telling everybody business. Harry, I just think you're making it a little bit more difficult for yourself by doing all of this talking. Not saying that I don't want you to talk or not saying that it's not right. I'm just saying, like, in reality, every time you speak about something, it just makes it difficult for your family to get back together because you left that. They're still in it. Like, you didn't want to leave it. You were actually forced to leave because you would not go by the rules and go by, the laws and everything that they have done for centuries. Like, they are going along with it. You want to do something a little different, want to modernize it, want to shake the table, want to change things. And not everybody is okay with change. And I guess with that change, you had to be the sacrificial lamb. So it's like, do we want to mess up our situation that we have here and follow Harry? Or do we want to cut him off and live in this life of luxury as British mascots? I'm going to take the $350 million. Okay? I'm not going to be saying that Tyler Perry house when I got a whole kingdom. Who am I kidding? They would have evicted me too. They would have, because you mean to tell me I got to ask HR before I can go to Marshall's? Get the hell out of here. Give me my keys. Girl, bye. They got the right people for the job. Oh, yes. Chanel. Yeah, they also spoke on Black Lives Matter. Chanel said, plus Harry and Meghan spoke on Black Lives Matter. They don't usually speak out about racism. Yeah, they kind of stay out of that. Not kind of, they do stay out of that. So yeah, I think they were both trying to modernize it without informing the people without informing the firm that this is their intentions. They were just like, modernize what? What we have here is okay. We don't want no change. We don't want no change. And since you want to be the change, we're going to let the change go. We're going to get rid of the change. Y'all can go ahead on. Thank you. Thank you for your service. No, we're fine. We're fine. He's next, but he may not want to take it. MC said, I am not defending the monarchy because I am an abolitionist, but don't they bring loads of, don't they bring loads of tourists to London? So they're somehow working and contributing. I think, don't they bring in a lot of money to UK? I'm asking UK, don't they bring in a lot of money to you guys by way of like tourism? Hey, Yvette. Oh, you're welcome, JS. Shannon K said also Harry didn't abdicate. He wanted a setup that already exists. He could have done charity work and kept his military titles, but they said no. Andrew still has his though, because Andrew knows when to shut up. We can't find that man. We can't find. He knows the heat is on him, so he's laying low. He is laying low. And Shanna, I do know that already the setup that he wanted already exists, but does it exist for senior royals by birth? Right? I think he wanted something that people not in his position in the royal bloodline get because of their position. You're a prince and you want to have the same, position and, the same freedom as Elton John or Dame Judi Dench. No, baby, you a prince. So that's probably what was happening there. The truth, I think it's just freedom. When women have, like with any male culture, when women have freedom, a lot of men sometimes has an issue with that. That's all. It's just having onus over a woman and her opinions. Like I said, like within our community, Black men can do whatever they want. They can date whoever they want. Black women, everybody in the community going to get you together if you're not bringing a Black man home. And that's just how it is. Oh, Simply Simone says the J-Lo and A-Rod thing, it might be emotional cheating, which is, I'm not saying worse, but it's like, if she got your heart before she gets your loins, what is going to be left for me? So Shantavia said, Camilla and Charles have been messing around on and off since the 1970s, but they don't have kids together. Ain't that something? What an affair. What an affair. JG said, that's not true, Nikki. He can resign to that position and still get security as well as pay. Other royals have done so. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about where he is within the royal family. Like he wanted to drop down and do like part-time weekends. You know what I mean? Like you can't be a district manager at the Gap and then you go to the Gap and say, you know what? I still want to remain a district manager. I just want less hours. And the same pay. But again, I don't know. That's just what I'm assuming. You know what the truth? I'm gonna get into The Crown, because when they said that they watched The Crown, and Harry was like, "Oh, I don't watch it. I'm in and out of watching it." No, baby, you watch The Crown. Oh, Harry watches The Crown. I'm watching The Crown, because he didn't say. He said, well, this is, some of it is true, and, a lot of it is made up. So I can enjoy it because, I know that it's not really the truth, but, some stuff is a little accurate. Oh, no, baby, I'm watching that. Oh, I'm getting into The Crown. Okay, so you guys are saying it was a plausible path. They just didn't want to give it to him. Why do y'all think they just didn't want to give him that? Do you think it was because he made the decision and that's what he wanted to do, and it wasn't something that the family made? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was he doing stuff? Because there were a few things that Harry had done that the family, the firm, were not aware of. So do you maybe think that that's the issue, where it's just like, this is something that you want to do and you are acting out on that, but you are not expressing that with us? so that we can decide if you can or cannot do that. Do you guys think it was, oh, this is what we are doing? And they were like, oh, you can do this without pay. We will never know. Simply Simone said Camilla must have had strong birth control. Could you have imagined Charles knocking up Camilla while married to Diana? The scandal. Yeah, she must have. Or, she was just very careful about it because she was also married as well. But I'm telling you right now, I would have got pregnant. I'm sleeping with the future king of England. Oh, I'm getting knocked up. You don't got to give my kid a title. Just give me a nice little penthouse in Miami and an allowance of a couple million a month. We good. We good. I won't tell the UK press nothing. Oh yeah, so you guys are saying they could have done it. They just didn't want to do it. We got to get Oprah to sit them down again because now I have questions. Hey, J Chair, J Chair, you want to shake another table? J Chair said, make Tyler Perry Archie's godfather. Thank you for the super chat. Ooh, baby. What a scandal that would be. They ain't never coming back. If Tyler Perry is Archie's godfather, they will never be accepted back into the royal family. Whoo! Oh, God, could you imagine Archie? Could you imagine Archie with Tyler Perry as his godfather? Lord, I can't wait. Oh, I saw that. That tampon conversation. He's a privileged kid. Privileged kids don't know how to, privileged people don't really know how to do the sexy talk. You ever dated somebody who came from money? It's just like, God, this is why I sleep with commoners. I'm not getting excited. You don't know how to talk. So oh, do you want the champagne on your nipples? I'm gonna go back to my working class man because you're not exciting me. Thank you for taking care of my bills, but I'm just not excited. That's why there's always a rich woman sleeping with the poor boy. More excitement. Bunny said all royals are related. The fact that race is a matter when you're a reproduction with your cousin is mind-boggling to me. The queen and her husband are second and third cousins. I'm not going to finish that statement, buddy. But, for a lot of people, not a lot, but there are people who do the inbreeding as to keep everything, as a means of keeping everything within the family. No, Simply Simone said that anybody get their STEMI today. Simone, I'm sitting on live with you right now and talking about the Royals. You know I ain't got my STEMI. You know where I would be if I got my STEMI? Marshalls or TJ Maxx. Medea and the Palace. Anyway, guys, I've been on here with you guys for way too long. I gotta go. Thank you all for staying with me. This was fun. I got to get out of here because y'all know tonight is Love After Lockup. So let me prepare myself for that for tonight. But I had a good time. Shout out to my UK subscribers. Hopefully I can see you guys soon. We will see. Oh, yeah. Violetta said I'm going to be at Target. Listen, if Telflar is smart, they would drop the rest of them bags sometime this week or next week. Thank you, guys. Oh, you got your STEMI. Yes, Amber, and Drag Race. Bye, Irene. Thank you so much. Yes, guys. So tonight, if you want to join me for Love After Lockup is 2 hours tonight. I am on the West Coast. Love After Lockup over here on the West Coast comes on at 6. It will end today. It will be over tonight, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. It will be at 8. So I'm going to hop on tonight at 8:30. I don't know what time it's going to be for you guys all over the globe, but I will still be doing a Love After Lockup live tonight. It will be a half an hour after the episode ends, so it'll be 8:30 here for me. Over in I was going to say over in the UK, over in the West Coast. So if you want to join me tonight at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Child, we getting our STEMI, we getting our vaccine. This summer is going to be a mess. Are you ready? Are you ready? You better. I'm juicing. I'm ready. And if I need to get to my goal a little bit faster, I might get some beet juice in me again. All right, family. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me across the pond. Thank you for joining me here in the States. I'm glad we were able to share some tea, have some laughs, and a really good time. It's always a pleasure when you guys take time out of your day to spend here with me. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing, and all of your support here for me at NikkiStar TV. I am blessed to have you all. Thank you so much. Love y'all. See you later tonight. Bye. You know what? I wonder if they'll invite me to Archie's birthday party. I feel like they should. Megan, I was riding for you in this live.